much a higher percentage rate, especially now with some of these offenses that we see in the NFL and the offense that we're watching right here in Kansas City right now. So 4th and 15 instead of an onside kick, hell yeah, sign me up for that. I love that addition for the NFL.
Jonathan Jones X'd this yesterday. He said NFL EVP Troy Vincent told team owners today that it may be time to look at the 4th and 15 proposal that has been offered as an alternative to the onside kick. The lack of recoveries on onside has disappointed the league.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. You disappoint the league going to change.
The league's going to change.
The league wanted kick returns, and by God, did they get it.
Yeah, they did.
And we're seeing more of that. We're seeing, a wrinkle in the system that, again, I've always said that, your take is that the minute they take away free games is the minute the NFL becomes, the peak of the mountain kind of goes down. Tinkering with rules, I think, is another way to do that, where it's like, well, back in the day, you could just, this is something that I think is a tinker in the rule system that can actually make things more entertaining.
Right.
Now, I do think 15 is a little, I don't know, maybe a little liberal. Like maybe you should make it 4th and 20.
Oh, you think it should be longer? Oh, interesting. Okay.
You look at today's game.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how many 15-yard plays are in the NFL on just this Sunday.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you can not play prevent defense on 4th and 15.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Mac, you love this rule. You hate this rule. Like, do you think 15 yards is enough?
I'd have to get some data to see what 4th and 15s be and compare it to that of an onside kick. But we want it to be a higher percentage.
Right.
Like we want to get rid of the chore plays. We want to get rid of the plays where you can go, finish your dinner, go to the bathroom. Like we want to get rid of those plays. We want to watch a sport and have to be on the edge of our seat and not want to know what's going to happen next. I think 4th and 15 is perfect because it's doable for an offense. Like you're saying, you can get 15 yards, but also still gives the defense that big advantage.
And you go to 4th and 20, and now you're basically asking the offense to cover a fifth of the field on one play to try to get that.
Yeah.
So I think 15 does make a lot of sense. It's not easy for the offense to convert, but it's also not easy for the defense to stop. I think you got a good happy medium there. And I don't know. I would say you probably get a 50% conversion rate on that. I would guess. Maybe I'm being very liberal with that.
Yeah, that's probably a little too high. In my opinion.
What do you think? Like a 30% conversion rate?
I was going to say like 30. Yeah.
Okay, that's still good.
I like that.
And it's more exciting, right, than the onside kick and everything
Detroit
else.
is going to be the first team in NFL history to not roster a kicker.
Right, they may be. Yeah,
100%.
You mean a punter or a kicker?
Both.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, both. And that's where the Players Association will step in. You're costing us jobs here by having this deal in place. But no, I think it's better. I hate to be this guy, but the NFL with this rule is kind of doing what Major League Baseball has done over the last couple of years. Change the game, make it more exciting, make it better. Baseball had a peak, the last couple of years with the games being fast. Base stealing is up big time in Major League Baseball. The bases are bigger to allow that kind of stuff to happen. You're not wasting time throwing over, as you mentioned. What did you call that? The chore plays?
Chore plays. Yeah, I don't know.
The chore plays where you kind of get up and do your thing. And, back in the day, it used to be touchdown, extra point, commercial, kickoff, commercial. The NFL got rid of that. We saw that in college over the weekend, and people were complaining about it. The NFL has abandoned that, which is good. And they are. They're taking a page out of Major League Baseball. You can reinvent yourselves and get better and do cooler things to keep people more engaged in the game, to speed the game along, to give people more, as you said, non-chore plays out there where they're captivated by it. Because I don't think anybody's getting up, whether it's at the stadium or at your home. All right, it's 4th and 15. We're down 4 with 2 minutes to go. We got the opportunity here. Because if you don't get the 4th and 15, then I think the ball gets placed at like the 35-yard line or whatever it is for the other team to take over. So it's a big swing if you go for it. You better damn well get it.
It's just, to me, it's because the first thing I think of is like Mahomes. I'm like, well, now this is going to cater to the Chiefs because Mahomes, I feel like they've got probably 2 full laminated sheets in the playbook that are just 4th and 15 or longer.
Yeah.
And, this also swings to the advantage of the quarterback. Like if you have a guy that is confident, cool, collected in that moment where it's like, hey, I need a 15. Like imagine what the NFL Combine will be now. Hey, it's 4th and 15. What's the play you're coming up with? Okay, let's see what you got. Okay, well, we have a chance now to come back in games because now we have a guy that is, cool, calm, and collected and poised in this situation where like a 15-yard pass is just another, chore throw.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't mind it.
No, it'd be good.
Yeah, and then there's AI coming into the NFL. Roger Goodell told reporters the NFL is looking into how AI might be able to help out officiating in the future.
Can't stop it.
You can't.
Dude, I try to tell you, Terminator 2 is the greatest movie of all time because it holds up. Skynet is running the world, and now they're leaking into the NFL where it's like, now they can go to artificial intelligence to get calls right. I don't like that.
I'm torn on this one. I don't like AI, but I also like getting the calls correct, and so it's like it's a balancing act that you have right now. As long as this AI stuff is not used in place of referees, used in place of people that get paid, that's where I am with AI. Once it takes away a job from a human being that was counting on that to feed their family, I'm out on AI. If you can bring AI in and utilize that as an accoutrement, if you will, to the human being, I'm all for that. But all of these companies are so damn cheap. I mean, NBC is using a dead man's voice to be their voice guy because they want to bring back nostalgia. Well, that takes a job away from somebody who could have been their voice guy. That's where I am with the AI stuff. I am anti-AI when it takes away jobs. I don't think that's the right thing to do. Like these robots cleaning the gas stations now. That used to be somebody's job that could do that. Yep. And so they're using AI to be cheap. That's where I have an issue with it. If you want to use AI in addition to your human beings, I'm all for it. So if the NFL wants to use AI to get a call right, I don't have a problem with that, as long as we're not replacing referees, chain gang guys up in the booth, all that kind of stuff that are counting on income. I'm all for that. I do like the fact that in my world, like, I think if you're going to go AI, you fire a coach midseason, AI coach takes over the rest of the way.
Oh, my God.
That guy will be better than half these dopes walking around this league right now. AI or Mike McDaniel. AI or Bill Callahan. AI or the guy in Arizona. AI or, whoever else you want to put in there that's a terrible NFL. Aaron Glenn, right? Like, there are so many coaches out there right now that I think AI would probably do a better job than.
AI, back-to-back coach of the year.
And then they'll start just hiring AI. There will be no more coaches, and then all these teams will fall apart, and everybody will be like, well, what happened? Well, you used AI.
That is the slippery slope, though, with the officiating with the AI, because you allow it in for one call, and now it's two calls, and now it's like, well, really, what do we need this ref? We'll just have AI be this ref. And all of a sudden, you've got one zebra on the field, all the rest are now AI, and we're just going to computers. That is the scary part of it, but I'm with you, Bob. I feel like I'm constantly double standards with this AI stuff because it's so new. We're kind of trying to figure out, as humans, okay, where do we stand with it? Where are our lines? How do we use it? Do we want to use it? I mean, my little sister was calling ChatGPT Chad or Chadwick. Apparently, a lot of the kids are calling that now. I'm like, don't say that. That's weird to me. I hate that, giving it a name and a personality. But, like, obviously there are really useful things for AI, studying, cheating, but also this could help. I want the call right, too, but I don't know, man. It's hard.
Yeah, I definitely want the call right, but I don't want it to I don't want it to be used on every single call. Not every call needs to be reviewed. Not every call needs to be replayed. Not every call needs to be second guessed, right? The problem that you do run into, though, is what we talked about weeks ago with AI. Give me the best movies from the 1970s. The Wizard of Oz is the one that pops up. Is AI going to call a holding penalty and say something was holding when it clearly wasn't?
Yep.
Like those are the things that you have to work out. And I'm sure they'll tell you, oh, we've got that all worked out. We've already thought about all that. But have we? Right? Like, people like the human element in things. And when you take the human element away, it does become stale. And to Dusty's point, what could drive the NFL away? All of a sudden, we got AI everything in the NFL. That's not interesting anymore. It's not interesting in any sport to have that.
Somebody says, sidebar, somebody's going to hurt themselves and trip over that robot at Quick Trip.
It's true.
It scared the absolute piss out of me one morning. I stopped at the Quick Trip on Knoll to get gas. I was like, oh, I didn't get my coffee this morning. I'll walk in there and get it. Came right around the corner. I was like, oh, my God.
Hey, how you doing, Dusty?
It was like Wally.
Yeah, your mom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hello, Dusty.
Hello, Dusty. But no, I think there's ways to utilize it, but there's also ways to utilize it in the right way. And I think a lot of people are utilizing it to cut costs, and that's where I'm anti-AI. Like, I'll be honest with you, we get copy here, which is copy points for commercials and whatnot. I got 4 pages of copy, and they need a 30-second spot. Well, I just copy it, post it into AI, say, write me a 30-second radio spot with all this, and it does that. I have no problem using it for something like that.
Very useful.
Very useful for something like that. It's not replacing somebody's job. It's not taking away somebody that's employed or anything like that. I'm using it as an accoutrement, like I said, to my job. Once it starts to replace human beings, that's where we got to move on from AI, because nobody wants that.
They're also going to have the big game, the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl festivities or the Pro Bowl game is going to be Tuesday night of the Super Bowl week, starting this February.
Yeah.
So Super Bowl Sunday, Pro Bowl Tuesday. Guess what? Nobody's going to play in it still.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, they're trying their damnedest with this thing, right? They're just trying and trying. Like, how many times do you ask the girl out when she says no? Do you just stop trying, right? Like, and I think that's kind of where we are with the Pro Bowl. They keep giving us these options, these opportunities, these new ways they're going to make it better, and people are still like, there's got to be something better to do out there than watch this thing.
My first thought was the players, because now you have a week. You finish your season a week off, and then the Pro Bowl. The players aren't going to want to do that. They want to go straight from the season as quick as you can to the Pro Bowl. As soon as
Depends
they go
on where it is.
That's a huge deal. But I mean, they're already in Cancun. They've got their family. They want to go.
Are they making it worth their while for these players to show up for this? Because you're going to have to. I mean, if you want guys to show up to the Pro Bowl, well, write a check.
Yeah. That's not happening.
No, that's exactly right. The NFL, write a check. Hell no.
No way. Yeah, the Pro Bowl has, which is a weird take to have. It's been terrible since it left Honolulu.
It has been.
And I understand that field was terrible, but it was always after the Super Bowl. It was always after the season was over. It was always that Saturday following the Super Bowl on Sunday, and everybody played in it. And if they didn't, they were there. Because why wouldn't you go to Honolulu?
Right.
Unless, of course, your travel applications fall through. But either way, but yeah, I just
Twice.
Yeah, I don't understand, why you have something that's completely broken and you're just it's like the printer copy or the Xerox copy from Office Space. Like it doesn't work, and you bashing it over and over and over again isn't going to make it work any better.
Right.
And this is what you're doing. Like it's just the Pro Bowl sucks, the NBA All-Star Game sucks, the MLB All-Star Game is okay, but it's losing luster, and no one really has an answer in any sport about how to do these things, and maybe sometimes it's okay to pull the cord.
And I think you nailed it, Dusty. And I'll take it one step further. We have so many entertainment options right now, right? And there's so many other things out there that we can consume. But also with the way technology has worked over the last 15 years, we don't need to wait for the All-Star game to see all of our favorite players. Like you can just literally, subscribe to MLB Ticket or NFL Sunday Ticket or Red Zone or NBA League Pass or NHL Center Ice. Or have a box and sit there and watch all this stuff and see all of your favorite players all of the time. Back in the day when you had 3 TV channels and you had the Saturday game of the week, it was a big deal to have events like this. Those times have changed too, and I'm sure they're still making some money on these games. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to continue to force feed them, down our throats and whatnot. But it's just not the same. The fans aren't engaged. Think about it in 80 or whatever it was. You get one baseball game a week, and then you got the All-Star game on that Tuesday night where all of the players are at once, and those guys played for their league back in the day. It mattered to those guys. It's changed, and that's okay. Things change constantly in life and in sports and in everything, and it's okay to make those adjustments and change some things on the fly and maybe say, this maybe isn't the best use of our time anymore.
I think the other thing, too, is that in a society now, and I know this because we've been told from, reports from Instagram, people are interested within the first 3 seconds of an Instagram video.
That's about it, yeah.
You have 3 seconds to capture the audience. Otherwise, they're going to continue to scroll. Now, that's average, right? That just means like somebody sees it. Like somebody might see like my face on a video and be like, yeah, no, don't need to hear what he has to say, whatever. Or, you see a clip, it's 3 seconds. And I think that games now, we've seen enough football throughout the season. We watched enough baseball games throughout the season. We've watched enough NBA throughout the season that I don't need to watch an entirely another game with the same players I've watched all season because it's too long. Whereas I think we all love home run derby, the 3-point competition, the dunk competition, hockey does like the plates behind in the goal that you have to targets
was fun.
And all that sort of stuff.
Those are awesome.
Like we love the quick little fun stuff, and that's all it has to be, right? Just because you get 8 ounces of a fillet, yeah, you probably could eat a 12-ounce fillet, but 8's all you need. You don't need more than that. And
Speak for yourself.
Right, but like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think with football, it's like, hey, have it after the Super Bowl. And have the 3 best quarterbacks go back and do the competition where they do the longest throw, the targets moving with the chalk on the end of the football.
And have it for like $10 million, too. Like have a huge purse attached to
whatever it may be. So, I mean, I just think that we love in today's world, we love the quick, exciting, fun, captivating stuff. We don't need to sit back and be like, oh, I can't wait until the third quarter starts and they bring in Joe Flacco. No shot at him, but like, you're not watching the Pro Bowl to watch Joe Flacco play football. You want to watch Pro Bowl. You want to see stars do things that you can't do.
Yep.
We all can play football. We can't throw a ball 70 yards on a dot in the middle of a target and hit it. We can't run have a 40-yard dash, right? Have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson line up and be like, all right, you two, deal it out. Or have Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson do a skill set competition. That, to me, is way more entertaining than watching 4 quarters of guys play that I've already watched the entire year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I love that idea. I think that would be great because what do we do when we come in the morning? We're like, did you see that play last night? It's always something spectacular that nobody else can do. Oh, my God, did you see that catch by Jamar Chase where he went up and caught that thing by the point and fell into the end zone and got 2 feet in? Like, dance on the sidelines, like get your 2 feet in, throw those balls and see if these guys can come down on the sidelines and do all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We always love talking about the stuff. Nobody walks in and goes, man, that was a great play by that second baseman to turn the double play. Like we don't really talk about that. But when somebody does something spectacular, that's what we love about sports, watching athletes do things that we could never, ever, ever possibly do.
It's great. Yeah, it's just highlights, quick plays. I don't need a full game. I don't need all that. But there was a lot of information there with the NFL and the changes.
Did they ban the tush push?
It's tabled. Bill Belichick and more Aaron Rodgers. The two continue to move through the news here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Discover the latest HVAC, plumbing, and trade solutions with companies like Honeywell and Aprilaire and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase. Today from 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Co. Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Kansas City Chiefs. Choosing the best doctor for your eyes is one of the most important medical decisions you'll ever make. Whether you're considering blade-free LASIK, all laser cataract surgery, and premium lens implants, or want a world-renowned doctor to help with your glaucoma, macular degeneration, dry eyes, or diabetes, trust my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein. Call Silverstein Eye Centers to make an appointment, 816-358-3600. Experience the best eye care in Kansas City.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and nothing says Thanksgiving like football. Verizon is giving you a chance to enter and win 2 tickets and travel for 2 to the Thanksgiving Day football game in Texas. Enter for a chance to win tickets to the Thanksgiving Day game in Texas. Don't miss your shot at the ultimate holiday football experience. Visit a local participating Verizon store in Kansas City to enter the Thanksgiving Day game sweepstakes.
No purchase necessary. 18 plus 50 USDC. Start 10/17 and 11/16. Void where prohibited. For a list of participating stores and official rules, visit Verizon.com/Thanksgiving Game Day Sweeps KC.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500.
Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, westbound Blue Parkway, quite heavy with road work around Noland. Getting up to Noland is a slow slog for about a mile and a half with delays not quite back to Bannister. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
I really, really, really do want to get into this Belichick Hall of Fame finalist and Aaron Rodgers discussion, but boy, did Shams drop one on us this morning, boys. We got some legal trouble. Big legal trouble. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested early Thursday morning as part of an FBI sports betting gambling probe. Sources tell ESPN the Eastern District of New York and the FBI director, Kash Patel, ironically enough, his name is Cash, will hold a press conference today, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. our time, so it'll still be during the show, to announce arrests from the investigation.
Okay, so Pablo Torre has more on this now, too.
Oh, yes,
classic.
he does,
and of course, Pablo Torre tweeted this 45 minutes ago, so
yeah.
he may have beaten Shams to the punch on this one.
Pablo's just like hiding in the bush all the time.
Yeah, if Pablo Torre's around, you're screwed now.
Grim Reaper.
Here's what he said 45 minutes ago. Breaking, the Department of Justice is finally announcing something this morning at 10 a.m. that at Pablo Torre finds out has long been anticipating. So he had this but didn't report it type stuff because he's putting this above the press release from the Department of Justice. When the top of the press release says media advisory for planning purposes only, and everybody just went out there and released the information, has long been reporting, quote, numerous arrests in illegal sports betting and poker game schemes. A lot more to come. Terry Rozier was arrested this morning by the FBI. I hope there's video of a perp walk for this, but I said to you in break, and again, we're just getting this information. We're all spitballing here. We're probably going a little rogue, on a situation like this. Does this involve more than one NBA player? Does it involve other sports? Does it involve other athletes? And what does the future now of gambling hold if this becomes a major scandal? If this is just Terry Rozier holding a poker game in the locker room or something like that, it's one thing. But if this... And when you mentioned the Eastern District of New York, that's the city, folks. That's not Buffalo. That's not Schenectady. That's not
Commissioner Gordon knocking on your door.
Yeah, no, it is. It's 100% with it. I mean, you're being tried in the city now for this, right? Like New York's got a lot going on. And they're taking this one. And that shows you, man, like this is some serious stuff. I mean, 10 a.m. is 9 a.m. here. We may carry this live. They start just releasing names of athletes. I mean, I don't even know where to go on all of this because there's so much information right now. Or it could come out and Terry Rozier is the biggest name and we don't know anybody else. And this is all a big, hot air balloon to get one guy in the NBA that sort of has a name.
Is he a rat? That's what they're going to try to get out of you.
Oh, you better believe.
That is crazy. Like Bob said, because Adam Silver came out, what was it, 2 days ago, and said they need to start controlling like the prop bet stuff.
Player props.
Yeah. Because obviously it happened last year with
Kevin Porter.
Michael's brother. Mm-hmm. And he's, I need 8 rebounds. Okay, well, I'm going to get my 8 and then I'm going to magically disappear. And that's a lot of rebounds.
Pablo Torre is now going after Shams on Twitter.
Oh, Lord.
He quote tweeted an interview that Shams had on June 30th on the Pat McAfee show. And said, and this is what Shams said at the time, Terry Rozier, as of now, has been cleared. He finished the season with Miami. There's really nothing active as of right now with him. That was a quote from Shams on June 30th on the Pat McAfee show. And Pablo Torre just quote tweets it and says, previously. And
wow. Savage. Let's go. Reporter fight.
Yes. We got insiders fighting.
Yes.
We got newsbreakers fighting. And we could have a lot of people in trouble with this gambling poker thing here before we know it.
Wow.
Boy, I can't wait to see what this is all about.
We could
now,
follow
man.
this morning. This is the ongoing story of the morning.
Wemby had a really good game last night. Doesn't matter anymore.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true. There's a 2-minute and 46 clip of like a highlight reel, and it's just one game of Wembanyama last night destroying the competition. Ugh. And now it's just, by the way, Teddy Rozier is hanging out with John Malkovich and Matt Damon in a basement calling it rounders.
785 says Ohtani's name before the World Series tomorrow.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my God.
That guy never folds.
I'm going to be honest with you guys real quick, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. Terry Rozier may be the biggest name we see in this.
Could be.
Yeah,
because that's the one they've released already, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And is that a big name for you guys? It's marginal type of guy.
We
you
know
may have
it.
heard of.
We know the name.
You know the name, but it's not going to move the needle. Like you're still going to be an NBA fan. Like Terry Rozier and his buddies.
Like if Terry Rozier was traded, we would not talk about it.
No,
not
at all.
He's Adam Frazier.
Yeah, that type
Role
of guy.
player, yeah.
You know who
Glue
he is.
guy. You know exactly what he is. Maybe he works for you. He ain't working for you now. He's going to jail or arrested, I guess.
Allegedly.
Oh, no, he was arrested.
Yeah, he was definitely arrested.
Don't have to use allegedly with arrested. Now it's the alleged other stuff. He was arrested for allegedly doing all this stuff. But, I mean, this is a guy that allegedly was cleared in June and now gets arrested in September or October. I mean, that's wow. I'm interested in the poker ring, too. Like, what was going on?
What's going on?
Have you watched Amy's Game yet? I told you guys to watch this movie,
no,
Amy's
I have
Game.
not watched this yet.
You need to watch it.
I
Because
looked it up, but I don't think it was the movie you were telling me about.
but probably not, if that's what you're looking up. But
I only got a minute and 14 seconds into it.
Yeah.
Had to turn it. I know that I'm hard.
No, but it's about who was the skier out in Colorado years ago? Bloom. And his sister basically found herself caught up in these illegal poker games that she was running in California. And it was all these celebrities that were playing for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in these illegal poker rings that she was running out there. It's all based on a true story and whatnot. It is a great movie. And I would suggest right now, everybody go watch this movie. I think it's on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. If you got the box, it's there. You got to get the box. But
Amy's Game?
I think it's Amy's
Molly's
Game.
Game?
Molly's Game. That's what it is.
Molly's
Molly's
Game.
Game.
Okay.
Molly's Game. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Molly's Game. Go watch that movie. I would do it today.
Putting it in my notes.
And you're going to want to watch the whole thing.
No wonder I got the wrong version of Amy's Game.
Yeah, sorry.
They weren't playing normal poker. Like, Bob's a sicko, dude. This guy's right here shagging in the mountains.
Yeah, hell
Men's
yeah.
wieners.
Molly's Game. That's the one. No, but go watch that, and then you'll be like, oh, okay. Because, I mean, we're talking millions,
Because there's Orlando
man.
Bloom relation to this,
It's
right?
his sister.
Yeah, sister, yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's his sister.
Bootstraps Turner.
But he wasn't involved in anything like that. He's not even part of the movie. Just the same. It's his, the sister and whatnot. And I forget how she got caught up in doing all this. It just was easy money at the time. And, one thing led to another, and you found yourself in this situation. So,
somebody from the 816 says that the FBI is involved, and it's mostly legal in a lot of places. I bet you it's not gambling on poker games anymore. I bet you it's player props on player bets.
That's probably what it is, which is why you said it yesterday. Adam Silver said they wanted to cut down on the player props. And I said I didn't necessarily have a problem with that if it's becoming an issue. Oh, the FBI called.
So he said that for a reason. Yeah, he knew about this.
Yeah. See, you're adding up the dots now. Look at you over there, putting it all together. The light bulb went on. I saw the smile like, oh, he knew. Yes, he did.
So did the FBI get involved with Kevin Porter?
I don't know.
I gotta look that up now.
I don't think it probably was a big deal. The FBI is federal. That means it's going on not just in New York. It is going on all over the country.
So that makes me think it's more than just Terry.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be other names.
I'm sure there will be. But I go back to what I originally said. Is that the biggest name?
Gotcha.
Or was he the ringleader, and all of a sudden we're going to find out, oh, my God, all these people were participating in this.
Oh, boy.
I want more.
If it sounds, well, we'll get it.
Oh, yeah. 9 o'clock, it's going to be on your front door.
I can't wait to see this Cash Patel. I hope he goes all Al Davis with the overhead projector and lists everybody's name.
He just drops like a Mitch Holthus playbook.
Yeah.
All right, name one. Oh, man, I am interested now. I am interested in this now. Coming up on the other side, some Trey Smith news from yesterday. Plus, I don't want to sound like a hater. I want to sound like a realist. I'll explain on the other side with the Kansas City Chiefs. 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20. Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I will tell you what, Hy-Vee makes life so easy for everybody, right? They make it easy for you. They make it easy for me. They have ways to save money every single day in the store, and you can save on gas as well. The Chiefs have been putting up 30 points a game, on the reg right now, and at Hy-Vee, when they score points, you can save that kind of money on fuel. If they score 35 points, spend $35 on groceries the day after the game, and you'll get 35 cents off per gallon of gas. I do it every week at Hy-Vee, but I also love Thursdays, guys, because it's steak night at Hy-Vee. Oh, you better believe it. They're going to be out there at the Hy-Vees. The grills are going to be going, and they're going to grill you up that perfect strip steak. I'm talking delicious, unbelievably awesome. You're going to get it for $12. It's going to come with mashed potatoes and a side of vegetables as well, and it's the perfect Thursday night meal for everybody who's busy. Like I was saying earlier, we got events tonight going on with the kiddos. How would you like to come home and have that steak dinner ready for you from Hy-Vee? Go get them today at any of the area Hy-Vees. Every Thursday is steak night at Hy-Vee, and if you're busy and you can't get to the store, sign up for their aisles online. They'll give you a $10 discount with the code. So check them out at Hy-Vee.com and make sure you sign up for that aisles online as well. So you can save money, save time, live your life better only at Hy-Vee.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Things are getting spooky in South Kansas City, but the deals at Rob Side Ford, they're scary good. Rob Side is with me. Hey, Rob, what's haunting the lot this month?
No tricks, just treats. From Broncos to Explorers to F-150s and commercial vehicles, we've got the inventory, the selection, and the lowest prices in Kansas City.
And no creepy sales tactics, just non-commissioned staff and real value.
Exactly. And while we're on the scary stuff, Kevin, your brisket from last weekend still haunts me.
Okay, dry rub shouldn't actually mean dry.
But here's the real flavor. KC's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google, 4.8 stars with nearly 3,000 reviews. Voted best car dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
If you want simple, upfront, and easy, Rob Sight Ford is the treat you've been looking for. Visit 135th and State Line and buy right with Rob Sight.
Rob Sight Ford, ROBSIGHT.com. And Kevin, leave the cooking to us this Halloween.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/private wealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/private wealth. Why not start today?
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. Chiefs coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Who is the area's only dealer for Fronius professional welding equipment? Metal by the Foot, located in KC and Topeka. Online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, westbound Blue Parkway, it's still pretty heavy approaching Noland with construction ongoing in the area. 71 northbound still rolling from 87th out towards Gregory. Kansas side, 35 northbound trip from Olathe into downtown, still 20 minutes. Allen Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Happy anniversary, Royals fans.
Lined right field toward the corner. Fair ball. Kane around second. On his way to third. He's going to try to score. Here he comes. Throw not in time. Eric Hosmer lined it into right field toward the corner. Bautista went over to dig it out, but Kane from first base scoring all the way. Hosmer ends up at first base. And this place is vibrating.
96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Was it 10 years of that play?
That's right. This place is vibrating.
One of the great lines by Denny. Less than a month till he gets married.
That's right. Woo. Can't wait for that day.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Confirmed. Gonna cut some rug. Love
you
wedding.
gonna dance?
Oh, come on, man. It's a wedding.
We got back-to-back weddings this in November on weekends, guys.
Yeah, we got Nathan and then we got Denny.
Yeah. That's going to be so fun.
We'll continue to break up this news throughout the day that came out of the NBA from Shams and Pablo Torre.
That's right.
About the Eastern District of New York and the FBI investigating a gambling probe involving Terry Rozier as one who was arrested this morning. The news conference comes at 9 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock Eastern. As we dive through that information, one thing we do know is that we can expect to see Trey Smith back at right guard this weekend, or I guess Monday night against Washington.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Well, today it's good. Like yesterday, had the conversation about Trey Smith. I said, "What are you guys thinking?" And it was, "We think he's gonna be fine." Okay, that's great. That's great. That's a well-placed source saying they think he's gonna be okay. again, on a Tuesday, Wednesday, however you want to look at the day, depending on, if you're in the NFL or you're in real life. And we know how backs are. Like, anything can happen. I don't know if you've reached that stage yet of life, Dusty, where you get out of bed and you go, I stepped wrong, my back is, or you sneeze and your back goes out. Have you had that yet?
Yeah, I told you that story. I blew my sciatica doing that.
There you go.
At 33. 5 years ago. I'll never forget the day I went numb. I tried it too. I was like, I'm numb from the waist down. Let's see what happens. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But no, it was a sneeze. I was laying on my back. I sneezed at like 9:30 in the morning, and a bolt of lightning went from my shoulder on my right side all the way down to my right heel. Lost all feeling in my leg and arm for like 3 days.
It's awful, right? And so those are back injuries. Mac, have you had that situation yet? Have you reached that age where you're like, my back, I don't know why it hurts? Probably not quite yet.
No, but
yes.
like I'm more sore and I get pain easier. But no, not just like out of nowhere, step wrong. What the hell?
Right.
Yeah.
But
that's I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Well, that's what a back is, though. You'd be fine right now, and then all of a sudden you sit wrong and it's gone. So as of yesterday, we think he's going to be fine. And then as the week will progress, we'll continue to update you. On Trey, I'm sure Andy will have a conference about it today at some point where he'll say, listen, time's yours. Trey's going to be okay, we think. And we'll get moving in the right direction. So as of now, I don't think, as fans, I don't think we have anything to worry about with Trey Smith is what I'm trying to say. I think it's going to be okay.
Good
to know. Because that offensive line's got to stay strong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to be open and honest. And I know this is probably going to make a lot of people mad that are Chiefs fans. But my dad, probably the best teacher in my life, and always told me to go by the verse of Matthew 23:12. Not to get biblical here, but the verse in layman's terms is, he who is exalted shall be humbled, he who is humbled shall be exalted, right? You can kind of guess what those words means. If you don't know what they mean, I'm sorry. Basically, those who are arrogant will be, brought to shame at the end, and those who are, non-arrogant and humble will, live an exalted, life after. In 2021, the Chiefs were probably the best team we've seen, right? That was the game where Tyreek Hill pulled a Shannon Sharp and said, they need to bring more. They can't hold me, right? They were cloud nine in it, right? And then throughout the end of the season, lineman down, lineman down, lineman down. And we found out that you can't play football with a bunch of backup linemen because Mahomes ran for his life in that Super Bowl. Would they lose 33-9?
I don't even remember what the hell that score was, but it was something. It was a waxing. Yeah.
But they lost in that Super Bowl in blowout fashion.
You didn't have to watch the second half, if I remember.
Oh no, they scored at the end of the first half because I think Mahomes threw an interception, then Brady went down, scored a touchdown.
Tyron lost his mind, and that was it.
It was over.
It was over.
And
then that halftime show took place, and we're still trying to find the weekend.
Yeah, he was all different places in that whole halftime show. But again, like, you wrote in that team, it was, an arrogant team. I'm going to be honest with you. That was a very arrogant team. And as a, person who did late night late night radio, I was part of that arrogant trend. Like, they can't beat us. We're going to go win back-to-back titles. And they're completely embarrassed in the Super Bowl.
I was the conductor. I'll just give you that. Okay.
And so I don't want this season to be that season. And obviously, Josh Simmons not part of the team right now. That story is everybody's on the same page with that. When it develops, it develops. Yeah, it's been nice seeing Jalen Moore fill in well.
Mm-hmm.
It's been nice not hearing number 74 on a penalty call. And Caliendo spot start, and now Trey Smith with a back injury, which I am terrified of back injuries, especially for an offensive lineman.
Of course.
It can be good, like you had mentioned in your analogy earlier. It can be good on a Monday morning. You can wake up Thursday morning, sneeze, and all of a sudden, flare up. And this team has put on a show in the last 4 out of the last 5 weeks. But let's be real, okay? Let's be real for a minute. It's okay to be a humble Chiefs fan right now because we all remember last February getting absolutely embarrassed once again in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we went into that Super Bowl going, why are people taking Philadelphia? Like, what is Philadelphia? And then we go into the game and we're like, yeah, we're screwed. It was over at halftime, just like it was in that Tampa Bay game. And
it was over when I spilled the coffee on Matt Derrick.
100%. And when you look at that, like you go out of that game and yeah, you're mad, you're pissed off, and you think to yourself, man, like maybe I was giving us too much credit. I'll never let it happen again. And there's some of us out there that are doing that exact thing where you're getting too exalted. Because let's be honest, we bring up the stat that Buffalo has only beaten teams with like a 3-26 record.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever. They're at least in the playoffs right now. The Chiefs are not.
Right.
And when you look at the Chiefs, 4 of their last 5 wins, we'll walk through it. The Giants, they did not have Jackson Dart. It was Russell Wilson. We all know Russell Wilson is ass. He's not a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They played Baltimore. Baltimore was completely dismantled on defense. Lamar Jackson didn't finish the game. You boat raced him 37-20. That last garbage time touchdown from Justice Hill, if you want to count it, counts. But you still won by 17. You then looked like ass against Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Your kicker kicked it out of bounds. You gave up, you missed an opportunity, an interception, 13 penalties. You lost that game.
Yeah.
You beat Detroit, who had backups all over the field on defense, and they were playing with a third-string left tackle. And you beat the Raiders yesterday, and the Raiders are, the second, third worst team in football? And
between them and the Dolphins for 2.
Right? I mean, we know it's the Jets.
Jets got this thing.
And then you can have an argument whether it's the Browns, the Raiders, the Dolphins, oh my.
Yeah.
And I think that it's okay. Look, you can be a fan of however you want to be like, Dusty, look at the point differential. In the last 2 weeks, they've outscored their opponents 61-17. Take it back even further. In the last 3 weeks, they've outscored their team. They've outscored their opponents, 86 or 90, 92 to whatever. And yeah, that's great. But if we're going to have that same argument for Buffalo, we have to have the same argument for Kansas City, because Kansas City's going to play Washington this Monday night, and they're not going to have they're not going to have Jaden Daniels. They're going to have Marcus Mariota. The Chiefs should handle business, and they probably will. And I could see this game being another 31-12 type of game. But again, it's going to come down to Buffalo. It's going to come down to that game, and I think it's okay to look back and say, if we do this for Buffalo, we can do this for Kansas City, because Kansas City has not beaten a good team or a healthy team really in this stretch of 4 of the last 5 games. And I just want to make sure that, remember, they lost offensive linemen before. The team the whole season was great, and they got humbled. Last year, they won a lot of close games. Hey, it's fine. Just win. And then humbled in the Super Bowl. Now they're back running. The offense looks great. But in reality, who have they played? And I think it's okay to come back a little bit of a level and be like, let's just get to January. Let's just, let everybody have their talk. Let everybody do their thing. But again, Mariota playing Monday night does not tell me anything that this team is 100% the most dominant team in the NFL.
Well, I'll say, everybody's got injuries in the NFL. Like every team is banged up. Every team has got suspended players. Every team, who knows what's going to happen today with this investigation, like what names are going to be in that thing too, which may factor in, we don't know. But are people making that same kind of conversation about the Chiefs when they lost those first 2 games of the year? Like, you didn't really beat the Chiefs, Los Angeles. You didn't really beat the Chiefs, Philadelphia. You took advantage of the Chiefs that were injured and suspended at that point in time, which is, hey, it's not who you play, as I say, it's when you play them. And things are just happening to fall right now, for the Chiefs, where they're getting that opportunity to play some of these banged up teams and to kind of make some hay with that. And I'm never going to look at that and go, okay, you refute that, or you say, no, we'd rather play you full strength, come back in a couple of weeks or something like that. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's a fair comp to make if we're saying it about Buffalo, which we are, at least I am saying it about Buffalo. Like, I'm just not impressed by them. But it's just like, I'm impressed by the Chiefs over the last 4 weeks. Like, for me, the Detroit game wasn't about the offense. It was about the way that defense held all of those skill position players down. I mean, I thought that was just an awesome performance. And to shut somebody out in the NFL, even though it is the Raiders, it's still a big deal. It's the first time that Andy Reid's ever done that in 26 years of being an NFL head coach. And so I thought that was kind of impressive. But I understand what you're saying. They haven't beaten the world's beaters. But you know what? You start to stack these wins, you gain that confidence, and then when you do have those big games against those big teams, you're like, I feel really good about where we are. It's all a brainwash type thing.
Right. And I mean, it's not about the fact that you're playing teams that are being injured. It's the fact that, people look at the Chiefs and they're like, oh man, this offense is.
But they're also blowing those teams out too.
That's a fair point, because the point differential will give you that. And, you lose to Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, and they've fallen flat, last couple of weeks.
Their last 8 quarters have been like, how do we lose to these guys?
It makes you wonder, which version of the Chiefs are you? I mean, and again, I think the Chiefs are good. I think the Chiefs will be in the playoffs. I think the Chiefs will be a Super Bowl contender, obviously. But I think it's okay to just sit back and be like, yeah, we've got things going. The cylinders are pumping. But in reality, like, come on, let's look at who they've actually beaten and who they played.
Right.
And again, I think that you can hold those sort of takes, because then it makes it that much sweeter if you do go to Buffalo and you do eat Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. If they crush Buffalo,
then it's like, okay, this team is legit. Like, you can say whatever you want at this point. But I think right now it's okay to be like, man, they did just get blown out in the Super Bowl last time. The last time the offense was rolling like this, it was 2021. They lost the Super Bowl to Tampa Bay because they didn't have offensive linemen. And now we're seeing 2 of your starting offensive linemen, one not there, one possibly could not be there. And you play a team in Washington this week that's going to be without their starting quarterback. So
yeah.
I think it's okay to maintain low tones. But again, I'm glad to see that they are winning by the point differential that they are winning.
They're crushing these teams. If they were winning these games 22-14 or 50 or something, and you're going, it looks good. The eye test for me is passing. That's why I'm all in on this thing, and let's get this thing rolling in the right direction.
Coming up on the other side, we get to Ben Maller, plus we get to Mac Morney with one word on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, call us right now because you need to look beyond that traditional medicine. And I agree. It's time to look beyond the traditional medicine and see why QC Kinetics is so successful for people with chronic joint pain. They're learning that there are other options out there besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And it's a simple injection, not a hospital stay. Fast and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulders hurt all the time, then you need to explore all of your options. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices, because that's not the case. Call QC Kinetics and get that free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments, and it's time for you to do the same. So get that free consultation on the books right now. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. They have appointments on Saturdays. They're off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
Football season is big beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouthwatering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
Let's go! You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Check the back seat. Check the back seat.
Gets in your head, right? Good, because every year dozens of children are forgotten in the back seat. Cars get hot fast and can be deadly, so get it in your head. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler's workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come check us out at your nearby store. Our engagement rings are made with love from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, Northland, 35 southbound, a little slow around Vivian. Blue Parkway westbound is pretty heavy approaching Noland, about a half mile of traffic stacked up there. And then Kansas side, 35 southbound before 95th Street with an accident, building delays back towards the split with 69 Highway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan, and it's all brought to you by the Ben Maller Chicken Tenders. Easy enough for me to say at the Landing in Liberty. And, of course, the big pretzel we got named after me as well. It's a perfect combination, Ben. Almost like the Kansas City Chiefs being back as the best football team in the NFL again. The Tenders at the Landing, the Chiefs the best in the NFL. What could be better?
Listen, it was just they wanted to they wanted to remind everyone, Bob, that this is what it's like when you're bad, but it's like a fake opening. You know, sometimes you go to a movie, it's like a fake opening, and you think you know where the movie's going, and then all of a sudden, surprise! And it's like, it's great. So, yeah, the Chiefs look wonderful. It also helps the Raiders gave up last week. That also helps. I'd like to thank the Raiders for some wasting fuel to get to Kansas City. But, no, it's wonderful. And now the gambling market's adjusted, too, as the Chiefs are a massive favorite in that game against the Washington Commanders this weekend. So it's great. And no one took advantage of that. That's the thing. We thought the Chargers had taken advantage of it because they got off to the great start, and now they've been ravaged by injuries. Buffalo's lost a couple games in a row. Like the way this could have gone for the Chiefs, they could have been in some serious trouble here. Baltimore's terrible. Like, everyone who was supposed to be good they've all had issues. So it's everything's lined up perfectly for the Chiefs, and it's a very bizarre season. I look back through some of the archive stuff that I have because I'm a loser and I keep everything in my email account. You got to go back 15 years to find an NFL season like this where all the favorites have multiple losses to begin the year, and then you have a team like the Colts, who I saw them in person. They're good. I still don't take them seriously. They're the upstart team this year. So it's been a wacky year. But, yeah, everything's lined up for the Chiefs, considering how bad they looked. It's kind of mediocre for a couple weeks there.
Well, yeah, and that's why, you got to get all your guys back. You got to get healthy. And now they're the favorite to win the West. They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is the favorite to win the MVP. And this is a team that technically, as of today, isn't even in the playoffs, yet they're the favorite in everything.
Yeah, that's life comes at you quick, right? Isn't that a line from the movie? You better pay attention because life comes at you fast. And so, yeah, at this point, you look at through the schedule, and they still have some tough games. It's not like it's going to be just a cakewalk. You're not going to win every game 31-0 like that. And it could have been worse, right? That could have been worse than 31-0. They let the foot off the pedal last week. So, no, I don't know what more to add other than, hey, right now, as long as you keep Mahomes upright and all that, you're fine.
I want to bring this up because I find that we do this with Buffalo here in Kansas City, and I want to see what your take is on this, or if you are a complete Kansas City homer. So with the Buffalo Bills, we look at their record. I think the teams they've beaten are combined like 3-24, whatever that record is. It's not good. It's egregiously terrible. So the Chiefs have won 4 of their last 5 games, right? They beat the Giants pre-Jackson Dart. They beat the Ravens, who were completely dismantled, no ping pong table, no video games. They lose to the Jaguars, and they give up 31 points. Then they beat the Lions, who have a completely busted secondary, completely injury out, defense. And then they beat the Raiders, who everybody knows are probably the third to second worst team in the NFL. And now they're going to play a Commanders team that's going to throw out Marcus Mariota. Will that narrative be there for the Chiefs? Because all I'm hearing is that the Chiefs are back. The Chiefs are the best offense. But when you look at their schedule and you look at who they've beaten in the last 5 weeks, a lot of injured teams.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not a homer. Okay. I love, when it comes to the chicken fingers at the landing.
There you go.
I'm a homer. And the pretzel, that giant, I'm jealous. I love the chicken, but I'm jealous of the pretzel Bob's got. That thing's massive. It's the size, I got a big head. It's the size of my head. But no, it will absolutely be brought up, Dusty. Every man, woman, and child knows, because when we get to the point where we're looking at the teams, who's legit and who's not, people say, well, the Chiefs, yeah, but. Remember Mike Martz had that famous rant when he was coaching the Rams? Yeah, but. It was the yeah, but rant. And so the yeah, but thing will pop up where people say, yeah, but, this and that and the other thing. I just don't think that matters. Any way you can get to the playoffs, and it doesn't matter in there. Like if you win the Super Bowl at the end, it's like, well, no one's going to go back and say, well, yeah, but your strength of schedule wasn't that good. You didn't beat anyone, this, that, and the other. But in the moment, it is absolutely going to be brought up because we all have shows to do, and we all need to come up with hot takes. So that's a solid hot take. That'll get reaction out of people. And I guarantee you that Rex Ryan, for example, on TV, already has that in his back pocket, ready to bring that one out.
I mean, I've believed for years, Ben, that I would be better than 50% of these NFL coaches, and I will take that to the grave, because I think most of them are idiots. And then they go on TV, like you mentioned Rex Ryan. I mean, that guy is stupid. I mean, the fact that guy was running an NFL operation makes you wonder how they even had any success there in New York, because I think Rex Ryan has forgot more about football than I know.
I see that all over the place. Now, maybe it's just we're getting older, Bob, and we look around and we think, well, these guys are idiots. But I get the sense in every business. I remember we talked about when I was younger, my parents were the Peter principle, right? Like these guys get to their highest level of incompetence. And I guess in the NFL, it's head coach. And then if you're actually good and you know what you're doing, like Andy Reid or a few of these guys, Sean McVay with the Rams, the guys, you're so much smarter than everyone else because there's a bunch of, like, what is the interview process like? I'd love to know, like, be a fly in the room when they're interviewing these guys. Like, what are they talking about? Like, where to get the best orange chicken? Like, what are they discussing? I don't understand.
Ben, when you look at the NFL game tonight, Chargers, Vikings, I don't really know what really sticks out other than the fact that Chargers are favorites. They're wearing the 1995 jerseys, I think, when they were in the Super Bowl with, like, Natron Means and, was it Chris Chandler? Stan Humphries. That's the guy's name. You look at the Chargers. Who are and what are the Chargers, if you could give me, like, your best accurate description of who the Chargers are?
The Chargers are a hot mess. They're an ambulance right now. That's what the Chargers are. They have no offensive linemen. They're playing backups of backups of backups. By the way, fun fact, Dusty, I got my start in radio in San Diego. That year, the Chargers went to the Super Bowl and got absolutely pasted by the 49ers. I don't know that I'd bring those uniforms back. By the way, our station did about 3 weeks, even though there was only a 2-week gap between the Super Bowl. They had like 3 weeks of programming for the Chargers and all that year. But no, the Chargers are a hot mess. Herbert is getting pressured. He's not handling it. Nobody really handles pressure that well. So he's getting killed. The Vikings have a very good defense. And so it does look like the Vikings are the right side in that game tonight. I got a little Benny versus the Penny thing on YouTube. I futz around with that. The only thing that scares you is the Vikings have been terrible on Thursday night. Although Carson Wentz, here's a fun fact, Dusty, if you're a gambler. Carson Wentz in his career has played 7 Thursday night games. His record is 6-1 against the spread. So he's been very good with the teams he's played with on Thursday night. Although the Vikings have not. I think the Vikings have a better defense than the Chargers are because of all the linemen they have out. They have no healthy running back. They're playing like their third-string running back right now. It's ugly. They got absolutely boat raced by the Colts last week. It was like the Harvard boat race. It was disgusting for them.
Do the same for the Denver Broncos now. What do you think about them? I'm not sold on Denver at all. They've just been kind of a little Chiefs-like from last year, finding ways to win games at the end.
Yeah, I think the Broncos' defense is good. I just think I look at the quarterback and I see regression. Like the Bo show, I'm not not feeling the Bo show. I realize that sounds ridiculous when he looked like John Elway last week against the Giants in the fourth quarter with some help from the idiot kicker who got fired by the Giants and all that stuff. But yeah, Bo Nix has been very shaky, inconsistent, and the Broncos look like a middle of the pack type team. Like they're going to win 9 or 10 games, something like that, and they'll be right there, but they're not dominant. And I do think their defense is legit though, and they lead the world in sacks, which is, you guys know, is like a massive thing. They say a stat is half a turnover, or sack rather is half a turnover, if you from a game winning standpoint and all that stuff. But yeah, the Broncos, like I said, they're a middling team. 9, 10, maybe they win 11 games, something like that.
All right, Ben, we had a great kind of showdown this week. Woody Johnson, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson versus Sean Payton. Which one of those feuds, gets you the best?
I love the fact that the owner came out and said, if our quarterback could only complete a forward pass, how great is that? I mean, that is freaking great. And some of the stories that have come out in the tabloids in New York about how like Woody Johnson had a personal beef with Aaron Rodgers because of a food truck. I heard something about that. Like, it's like this is the dumbest stuff. You didn't bring the quarterback back because he paid for a food truck that you got. I mean, it's the stupidest stuff. You can't make this stuff up. It's all a sitcom, except that these guys are all billionaires and millionaires and all that. And the fact that the Jets. And again, you talked about how dumb a lot of these people are working for these teams who make these decisions. Like, I do an overnight show. I knew that Justin Fields with the Bears. I used to send you propaganda, Bob. Remember, I would send you stuff about how bad Justin Fields was historically in the history of the NFL. And he then goes to Pittsburgh. He gets benched for Russell Wilson, who's washed up. So he's failed in 2 cities, and the Jets are like, we'll give him a chance. He'll be fine with us. I mean, it's like, I love that story. And also, they're both great stories because Russell Wilson, you know that he had that thing that he sent on X in draft mode for probably a day. And he's like, should I send it? I shouldn't send it. He sent it. It's like, I remember reading when I was in school about Abraham Lincoln, who had, of all people, I bet you didn't think I'd bring Abraham Lincoln's name up on the show. But Abraham Lincoln used to write these nasty, before email, they didn't have email. Funny enough, Abe did not have email. But he'd write these really nasty emails, or letters rather, at his desk. And then he'd put them in the envelope, and he'd close the envelope, and he wrote, do not send, and he'd put them in a drawer, and that's it. But he'd write the letter. And Russ, he sent it. He sent it out, which is, hey, it's great for us. We're talk shows. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Been kind of but like also Sean Payton's kind of a jerk. Like Sean Payton is like the one guy that gets a pass for some reason, right? Like Sean Payton's kind of a Richard, not kind of, he is. And like, I don't buy it. Like, I don't buy Sean Payton. Like Sean Payton has a very punchable face. Like I feel like if you remember Silly Putty, I'm old enough to be in there where you could push it on the newspaper and then you'd stretch it out. You could see the face on it. I feel like somebody did that with Kenny Chesney, and that's Sean Payton. Either way, real quickly, your Dodgers in the World Series, I think it's over in 5 games, by the way. Are they the better team? Is it the Dodgers? If you could go back and do this, would you have the 2025 Dodgers or Murderers Row in the 1927 Yankees?
Well, I know the Dodgers have made more money than the Yankees did back in those days. They're well compensated. They have 2 planes when they go on the road, one for the players and one for the traveling party, the media, and all that. So it's they're definitely spoiled.
Is that that's real?
Yes, they travel with 2 planes. Since they got Ohtani, and I actually traveled back in the day with the Dodgers, and we had 1 plane, but they have
loser.
2. I know. I mean,
it's a 25-man roster. The planes seat well over 150.
They have so many. Players that are so the wealth the Dodgers have is insane. I'm telling you, you can look it up. I'm not making that up. I have one of my old producers travels with the Dodgers. He's their radio guy, and they have 2 planes. The media goes on one. The coaches, the players and the coaches are on one. Everyone else, all the support staff, trainers or whatever, they're on the, unless they need to help the players, are on the other plane. So it's crazy. So I didn't think the Dodgers were going to be in this position. Their bullpen is absolutely atrocious, and I blame the Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers for not taking advantage of that. This is a tremendous weakness. If we do ifs and buts, if Toronto can get into that bullpen, you like their chances. But the starting pitchers have gone 7 innings, and they found Suzuki, who's been good, and so Yeah, I agree with you, Dusty. I think if this thing goes more than 5, they've done something terribly wrong with the Dodgers.
Ben, we appreciate the time. Enjoy the World Series. Enjoy Charles Barkley on ESPN, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There's Ben Maller, brought to you by the Landing in Liberty. Mac, take it away.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. What a morning of news. Scratch all of the one word during y'all's Ben Maller interview. Chauncey Billups has now been arrested by the FBI.
Oh, and what's he do?
What does he do now?
He's the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh, boy.
Active head coach.
Oh, boy. So they just arrested Terry Rozier was arrested first this morning. He plays for the Heat, active.
Yep.
And now they just arrested a current NBA head coach. This, of course, allegedly is a gambling/poker ring that is going on. The state of New York, Eastern District, which is the city, will have a press conference at 9 a.m. with the head of who's ever running this.
Kash Patel.
Kash Patel. I know his name, but I don't remember what he is.
FBI
like the DA.
director.
He's the director of the FBI.
Yes, he is the director of the FBI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's running this.
So
we aren't done yet.
So we got other names. The head of the FBI is in on this.
He's in charge of this.
One word on this is one I'm not allowed to say, and it starts with an F.
You're effed.
My one word is electric. Because, I mean, we went from, man, is anybody's name going to be recognizable other than Terry Rozier? I don't know. 5 minutes later, hold my beer, Bob Fescoe. Chauncey Billups. Oh, what's he do? Head coach of a professional NBA team.
Also a Hall of Famer. He's in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Holy smokes, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a bomb of a news day.
Man, so far we've got Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups arrested, according to ESPN.
And they have reopened the investigation of Malik Beasley, which previously they said that was
closed.
That was closed.
Who has? The Feds or the NBA?
The Feds.
Okay.
The NBA closed that investigation. The FBI is now saying, nah, we're gonna reopen that one up.
Is this going to affect the way that you kind of look at prop bets now in the NBA?
I mean, for sure.
I am going to bet Jokic tonight to get a triple-double because Chauncey Billups told me to.
Yeah, Chauncey Billups arrested as a sitting head coach in the NBA.
Legitimately one of the crazier sports stories.
Who's next?
That's exactly right. We're all on pins and needles waiting to find out.
We only have an hour to go, guys. Yep. At 9 o'clock Central Time, they will hold this press conference. I mean, do we carry that thing live? I don't know.
I was going to ask you that off the air, but I was thinking we maybe.
I don't know. We'd have to talk to Spectre about that, quite honestly.
That works,
if that's the right thing to do. Well, other stations just put the TV on the air anytime they want, so we can as well. But it would be something to talk about and see if we start to get more juicy names of guys that have been arrested, like, I don't know who, But, I mean, this is just the beginning, folks.
We'll keep you updated on that as the morning goes along right here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Speaking of Kansas City sports, the Chiefs' big Monday night game. We now know they are not going against Jaden Daniels, the stud new quarterback in his second year. Marcus Mariota, we know that name. Yeah, he is horrible. Thanks, Sean.
He's horrible.
One word on Mariota being the starting quarterback.
Fine. Go beat his ass. I'm good with that. And look, I'm not one of these guys that wants to play the best all the time. I just want to win games, get to the Super Bowl, and see what we can do, right? So any opportunity along the way of an NFL season where you can catch a break, because the Chiefs gave the Chargers and the Eagles breaks in the first 2 weeks of the season. They gave Jacksonville a pretty big break as well. I'm all about taking advantage of breaks that we get in the schedule.
Advantage would be my number one word of that. Take advantage of the situation. Marcus Mariota, decent, not great. Your defense should be able to put him in a swarm and just keep going. And then you get that big one against Buffalo. And then if you can boat race Buffalo, then you can go into the bye week feeling really, really good about yourself. So, yeah, you have an advantage of playing a backup quarterback. Not that Daniels would have worried me more so, but worry me more than Marcus Mariota because I believe that Scary Terry and Deebo Samuel will both be back in this game. So,
some big games this weekend, one of which Sunday Night Football. Packers, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers going to visit his old
No,
team.
he's not. It's in Pittsburgh. That sucks. I thought it was in Green Bay, too.
Oh, you're right. It is in Pittsburgh.
It sucks. Like, it does take a lot away.
It's still cool, but it's not as cool. But what would be cool is what Jordan Love wants. He wants a jersey swap after the game with his old mentor, the guy that he sat behind for 3+ years, obviously with probably the greatest quarterback in their franchise's history right now, Aaron Rodgers. One word on what would be a pretty cool jersey swap.
Honestly, for me, I got him, so I'm going to say it, goosebumps. I think that is the coolest jersey swap that you could possibly do.
He's so cool.
How cool would that be? You know, the passing of the torch, so to speak, finally passing the torch to Jordan Love because he really didn't do that when he was there. I think it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just class. I think would be the one word. You know, you could have your judgment about whatever and whoever, but at the end of the day, like, buy a food truck for your team because your other guy took it away from you. Hey, by the way, here's a jersey for you as well.
Yeah, closure too. You know, that's good for Love probably.
Yeah, a little bit of closure for everybody involved, but just a cool gesture, man. I think it's really awesome.
I hope it happens.
I do too.
I think it will.
Yeah. I hope Aaron allows it to happen.
Yeah, I hope it's not like a close Pittsburgh loss and he's like, screw you.
I kind of think we've seen a different type of Aaron.
We really have.
We're watching a happy, winning Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. I actually like him.
New York, whoa. New York that might be bigger than the Shams drop today.
Exactly. Breaking
Terry
news.
Rozier heading a gambling ring. Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, is arrested, and Bob Fescoe likes Aaron Rodgers. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Park & Go are going to make this holiday travel season easy for you. We're at the end of October already. That means the holiday travel season is in full swing, and you need to make your reservations at Park & Go. You can do that at bookparkandgo.com or with their app. Either way, make sure you get your parking reservations for the holiday season or anytime you're flying out of Kansas City, because Park & Go is awesome. They have all covered parking, and with the ability to prepay before you get there, you're saving money, you're getting their lowest rate, and you're saving time as well. When you make that reservation, they're ready for you. And when you get there on the day of your flight, you give them that reservation number. They direct you to the covered parking spot they've got picked out especially for you. You get to that spot, and the van meets you right away, and it's right to the airport terminal. You're not waiting out in the cold. And when you get back, just grab your bags, walk out, jump on the bus, and it's right back to your car. And it's been protected from all of the elements while you were gone. So do what we did and join their frequent Parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, family owned and operated.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Heartland Men's Health and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
I'm Scott Hansen, host of NFL Red Zone. Lowe's knows Sundays are for football. That's why we're here to help you get your next DIY project done, even when the clock isn't on your side. Whether that's a new Filtrete filter or Bosch and Cobalt power tools, Lowe's has everything you need to feel like the MVP of DIY. So get it done and earn your Sunday. Shop now in-store and online. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, Zach. Are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Here's traffic brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 southbound heavy today. Hit delays around 18th Street Expressway. Crawls down past Antioch with an accident now off to the shoulder. 635 southbound checking in heavy from Gibbs to I-35. And past all that, 35 bogs down again at the split with 69 highway and stays heavy down towards 95th Street with a problem there. Now also off to the shoulder. Alan Card, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Breaking news in the sports world for those of you that are just now joining us, ding it to you, but make sure you go back and watch the show. Breaking news in the NBA. Gambling probe investigated from the Eastern District of New York and the FBI. They have arrested 2 names so far that we know of. Terry Rozier, guard for the Miami Heat, and head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups. That is real news, and you're hearing it here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey. What a absolute banger of a morning when news like this drops.
I mean, a sitting NBA head coach, Dusty. We're not talking about some ancillary player that's making the league minimum that's trying to go out there and sneak a few extra bucks by, shooting bricks or not getting rebounds or whatever the case may be. We are talking about a sitting NBA head coach that has been arrested in a gambling/poker ring that in an hour and 11 minutes, Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, will be holding a press conference on. And so,
I mean, that live.
I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. I think we probably should take that live as well, just to kind of at least the opening statement to hear, what they're going to say, who's involved in this thing, and who else they're going to go after, throughout this process. And does it involve more than the NBA? And I think for a lot of people right now, especially here in Kansas City, where we don't have an NBA team, but we do have a baseball team, we do have a football team. Are anybody from those sports involved? Is this strictly NBA? Are there college players involved in this as well? Are there famous celebrities involved in this? You hear Poker Ring. I told you Molly's Game. Go watch that movie. Kind of set you up for
foreshadowing
what's going to happen a little bit today. And that's based on a true story. I mean, so I mean that's it's been happening in this country for a very long time with this illegal gambling and all this kind of stuff. But I mean, now that it's legal and you can just do it from your phone and have easy access to it and whatnot, it is a game changer. I mean, people have feared about this. We saw a manager last week, 2 weeks ago, Mike Schilt in San Diego. One of the reasons he retired is he was tired of getting harassed by gamblers. That forced a Major League Baseball manager to retire from the game. One of the reasons he was tired of getting harassed by gamblers.
A couple others, very expensive roster that did nothing.
There is that, but I mean, he talked about he was losing his hair, the stress, and then be like all those things just kind of added up to him going, all right, I'm walking away, from this. I
lose my hair and I stress when I gamble.
Yeah,
I'll gamble tonight on Carson Wentz because I'm a sicko.
But also though, you're not involved in the game. It doesn't matter.
You don't know that.
Yeah, right. It doesn't matter what
Dusty's
you,
game. I'm
you
Q's
do.
bench coach.
Yeah,
Jack, keep striking out, man. Everybody's got your over because I keep plugging on the air. Yeah. I'm fading you.
But I mean, like what? Like if you're a fan of the Portland Trailblazers, now your coach has been arrested for this.
That's right.
I mean, are we going to have lawsuits now against the Portland Trailblazers or other people come out there that we paid good money to go watch these games, and now we find out they're frauds? All of these games that we've been paying good money to go see play to try to watch you guys win. It's all been fraudulent. It's all been fake.
More like Portland Jailblazers.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But seriously, like, are we gonna see class action lawsuits now against these teams that were doing this illegal activity that you could say that's not the product that I paid for? That's a bait and switch. And so I know if I were a fan that was at some of these games, I'd be calling up there going, "Hey, that's not what I paid for."
That's weird. I just got an email from DraftKings that says, sorry, you gambled on the NBA the last 2 nights and lost $40. Here's a free $50. No, I'm kidding. But we do have to do it. If you hear this sound in the next 4 minutes.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
I really hope somebody's windows down at Quick Trip getting gas, and that just played.
They're now saying the Billups arrest is not reportedly tied to games he coached.
Oh, okay, cool. He's still arrested.
He's still arrested. He's still sitting NBA head coach.
It is at the end of the 7 o'clock hour, so we do the Smasher Path segment brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu. Casey's Best Steaks now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. So you want to be caller number 8. It's week 8 in the NFL, so it is caller number 8. Got to call up, say, Mac, you're awesome. You're a better NBA analyst than Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier.
Mac's awesome.
Now, the first one I say to you guys, because I don't know, are we all, I feel like Jell-O shots are moment in time. You're at the lake. Here comes Betsy. She's coming down. Hardly ever drinks, but she made some delicious Jell-O shots. These look fantastic.
These look amazing.
They are caramel apple Jell-O shots.
Yeah.
So it's green apple Jell-O, caramel. That's it. So you make the Jell-O, you put the caramel on top in one of those squeeze bottles, throw them in the fridge. They look just like the caramel apple sucker. Sign me up on Halloween, man. You want to be a good neighbor? And you got all those people walking around with their kids.
Ooh, yeah.
Make about 50 Jell-O shots, caramel apple style. Be like, hey, Frank and Ella, you want to come over here and have one of these? I know you're going to go another couple blocks. Oh, these are great. I would definitely smash a caramel apple Jell-O shot.
Yeah, I think so, too. That looks really good. Now, what kind of liquor are you guys using with that?
Everclear.
Because they say use your favorite green apple flavored alcohol.
Oh, apple pucker?
Apple pucker? You going with
is that
apple
vodka?
jack? It's just apple pucker, bro. It's like hot damn, but apple flavored.
It's it's like what they use for apple teenies. It's like the green liquor. I think it's probably,
yes, I've had this. Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
I think at least I've seen it.
It tastes like one of those blow pops. If the sour apple, blow pops. That's what it tastes like.
Well, that's perfect then.
Yeah.
You never had an apple teeny?
I don't think so.
They're not bad. You just need one. They're very tart, but they're not bad.
I like a chocolate teeny.
Chocolate teeny.
It's one sip and it's gone. I'm like, all right, give me another one. Sir, that was
Was
3/4
like a chocolate
vodka.
decadence?
It's just like a chocolate martini.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chocolate and whatever, chocolate liquor and vodka.
It's basically like a mudslide with your pinky out.
It's not, though, because there's no cream or thickness. It's just a chocolate liquor and vodka basically is what it is.
Yeah, I used to make chocolate decadence at Jack Stack.
What came in that?
It was like a chocolate liqueur. It was, I think, another one. I can't remember the full recipe. And then we would shake it heavy over ice. And then you would take like the Hershey bottle and drizzle the inside of the martini.
That's nuts.
And then pour it in there. Oh man, it was And then And then the the espresso martini got born, and it's still running wild.
I love the espresso martini too.
Hand in glove in downtown Lee Summit, one of the best.
The problem is, I need about 10.
Yeah. You don't.
And I don't. But that's who I am, right?
Yeah.
Plate of wings, I eat them all.
Because
Pizza,
martinis are just shots in a cool glass. Just always remember that.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's all they are, man.
They really are. Because
I'm like, Margaret, you've had 3 martinis, and I know who they are because I'm making them. They're very strong. The other one is a marinated pickled cheese. This looks great. It's sliced up little cheese. In between, it's like a cheddar and like a Gouda or a pepper jack is what it looks like. And then they made like a pickle relish and put it over the top of the cheese slices.
I'm not in on that one.
Ooh, daddy.
It's like a she called it like a pickle vinaigrette, which I liked. It made it more.
It almost looks like a
smashable.
pickled chimichurri.
Yes, exactly like that. I like it. I'm in.
Yeah, I think I would probably like the garnish that they put in the pickle stuff. I'm not in on that cheese.
On the cheese?
It's like cheddar cheese with like cream cheese in the middle. It's like cheddar cheese, cream cheese sandwiches almost, right?
And then they put the pickle chimichurri over the top. Now you put that over like a deviled egg.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be good over a deviled egg.
Oh, my.
Where are you on deviled ham? I got a recipe this morning for deviled ham. I'm like, ugh.
I don't know what that is.
I don't think I know what that is.
It has the word devil in it, so I don't know if I want deviled ham.
But you like deviled eggs.
I just call them eggs. No, I'm kidding. That is true. And I didn't like deviled eggs until about 4 years ago.
Yeah, deviled ham. Ew, I'm out.
I would imagine, I've never had deviled ham, but I can only imagine it's probably mayonnaise, mustard, some of this pickle stuff as well that gives you the devil and the develed eggs and chunks of ham.
You want to use a shortcut, you can use Spam.
Yeah.
It looks bad.
Let me ask you guys this. I asked Dusty this going to break earlier when we were headed towards the bathroom. Do you think Binkley has ever had a vegetable other than corn or potatoes?
I bet he's smashed some green beans. Jolly Green Giant, scoop of butter, scoop of bacon grease in a pot.
Green bean
He'll be
casserole?
here in about 5 minutes. He'll ask.
Green bean casserole, that's probably a vegetable to him.
I don't know if he eats green bean casserole.
Damn.
I don't really mess around with mushrooms much, Dust Man. You should, Binkley. This one screamed Bob Fescoe because I know how much you love French onion soup.
Yeah.
And why we've never thought about making this. French onion soup, mac and cheese. Is it too heavy, too creamy?
It looked too much for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was worried about just the
I'm not a
amount.
fan. I'm passing.
Yeah,
on that.
I'm passing. It's just too creamy looking. Like, it's just all white. And as Isaac Bruce told me one time, don't eat anything white. It's not good for your body. And he's not wrong about that.
Yeah, it just looks really heavy.
I'm not a chance.
Yeah.
I'm just not a French onion flavor.
I love French onion.
I don't like French onion dip, French onion soup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love French onion soup. I like making French onion soup. The problem is it takes an hour and a half to caramelize the onions the right way.
Ugh.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
That's right. Be caller number 8. Tell Mac he's awesome, that he's a better NBA analyst than anybody in the game, including Chauncey Billup and Teddy Rozier. And tell him that you love him, because you have a chance at a Booth Creek Wagyu $50 gift card, and Booth Creek Wagyu is the sponsor for Smash or Pass. Casey's Best Steaks now with 2 locations, 95th and Null and 135th at Metcalf, and also brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more, online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. I'm champing at the bit to get more into this NBA story, gambling story that has taken over the world. We dive into it next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
That's like horseradish.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Today is one of those big days over at Hy-Vee. Heck, every day is a big day at Hy-Vee because you're always going to save money. One of the things I love doing at Hy-Vee is looking for those gas points because I love saving money on fuel. So I'll go around the store and I'll see all of the savings that they have for the gas points. And then I couple that with all the points the Chiefs score, and then I save big at Hy-Vee on gas because every day after a Chiefs game, you're going to get gas savings based on the amount that the Chiefs scored. If they score 35 points and you spend $35, you'll get 35 cents off per gallon of gas, and then go around the store and find all the other savings because Hy-Vee has lowered prices everywhere, all over their store. And you know what today is, right? It's Thursday. It is steak night at Hy-Vee. That's the best night of the week at Hy-Vee. You can go get a delicious strip steak. You can get mashed potatoes. You can get that side of vegetables for $12 at every Hy-Vee. And with as busy as everybody is right now, because I know I'm living it, folks, Hy-Vee is making life simple for you with their Aisles Online. Sign up for Aisles Online. Let them do the grocery shopping for you, and you're going to to save $10 when you use the code. So you can save money, you can save time, you can eat great only at Hy-Vee.
Shopping for a new Ford? Go where it's easy. Rob Sight Ford. Non-commissioned staff, huge trade-in values, and Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. Rob Sight Ford. ROBSIGHT.com.
Arvest Bank believes in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to supporting those who serve our communities. We believe that all communities deserve a financial partner who cares. Arvest. We believe.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel. Because with FanDuel's Thursday Touchdown Jackpot, you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown score bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores the first or last touchdown of the game, you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/Alex to take a shot at the jackpot. That's FanDuel.com/Alex for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt in. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets will expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit kansasgamblinghelp.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by the Home Depot. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Kansas side, 635 southbound, still quite heavy. You get delays before Metropolitan. Stays very slow down towards Gibbs with an accident blocking at least one lane of traffic. 35 southbound recovering. A couple of earlier problems around Antioch and past 87th. Still a factor in terms of delays, but no lanes blocked currently. Turn recent repairs into savings. Get up to $4,500 off a new HVAC system. Stay comfortable year-round. Schedule now at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Happy anniversary, Royals fans.
Lined right field toward the corner. Fair ball. Kane around second. On his way to third. He's going to try to score. Here he comes. Throw not in time. Eric Hosmer lined it into right field toward the corner. Bautista went over to dig it out. Kane from first base scoring all the way. Hosmer ends up at first base. And this place is vibrating.
96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey, I told you. I said I got to get back from commercial quick because I got to get to some more news on this NBA investigation of gambling. I look, man. What go, man?
Because we just don't know what to say.
But here's what's now on the table. No pun intended. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups has now been charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. I mean,
yeah, the mob's now involved, allegedly.
Law enforcement sources have told ABC News Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was arrested in separate but related betting case. This will continue to completely go down. As now, again, I read, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia.
Yeah, Dusty brings in his phone and goes, read this out loud. I'm like, Chauncey Billups has been arrested. Oh, my God.
He stopped right before mafia. Hey, Chauncey.
All right, I'm just gonna take a quick left-hand turn because I know you'll all laugh at this one. As we follow this investigation, there's a website out there that I really like for the business side of sports called Front Office Sports. Okay,
Yeah.
right?
Familiar.
And their reporter Ben Horney is covering this.
No, it's not. That's not true.
Horney.
His first name is Ben?
Yes, Ben. I'll show it to you right now. Ben Horney.
Ben's Ben Horney.
Oh, my God. Dude. How many followers does he have?
812. I guess he's fairly new to this thing. He's been on since December of 2016.
Ben Horney versus more names that come out.
So Ben Horney says follow along to his site because he's headed to Brooklyn where the U.S. attorney Joseph Nocella Jr. Joe Nocella's running this thing, and FBI Director Kash Patel. Follow Ben Horney at Ben Horney for details.
So in this story, we've got Ben Horney. We have a guy named Cash.
And we got a sitting coach and the mob.
And the mob. Oh, and then there's Terry. Then there's Terry Rozier, who like an hour ago, Bob goes, "Will we hear anybody else even of note?" Terry Rozier's down here now.
Yeah, Terry Rozier. Who? Oh, we got a sitting coach, the mob, and Ben Horney.
Oh, my. And then there's that doctor for Lamar Jackson's name's like Penis.
Yeah, Dr. Penis. Yeah.
This is all real stuff. We're not making this up.
Then you had Dr. Rosen.
This comes from Daniel Logston on Twitter. Hey, Bob and Dusty, who's playing Chauncey Billups in the movie? Denzel?
And the new picture from an Anthony Rosati has just gone up. And it's Chauncey Billups playing poker, and the cast of The Sopranos is watching him.
Oh, man. Golly.
Dude, I know Chauncey grew up in Denver and I grew up in Jersey, so maybe we got a different view on things. You don't want to get in bed.
This is, wow.
Anybody called Anselmo?
Hello, America.
Yeah. Holy smokes, man. I mean, this is a big story of the day.
It's the biggest story of the year.
I'm changing Good Morning Football to the news.
Yeah.
We got ABC's on 12, is that right?
Yeah, because Good Morning Football is like, this doesn't involve us, at least not now.
Well, it's not going to be on Good Morning America.
Well, Good Morning America, I think here is on tape delay, though. So put on, like, regular ESPN. I'm sure Greeny and Golick are yelling about it, right?
Or is Rex Ryan talking about how Patrick Mahomes isn't that great?
I tell you about Patrick Mahomes! Oh, he's very good, and I love feet!
I'm just here for the bang.
Okay.
Yeah. No, ESPN's talking Packers and Steelers.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't thrown. Well, they're in bed with the NBA, right? The ESPN, aren't they? A pretty big deal with the NBA. So we're
going to just spend a lot of money.
Could be interesting to see how ESPN covers this. ESPN Bet, NBA, a lot of stuff going on. They're trying to sell 10% of their network to the NFL.
Alex Gold, who will join us in about an hour from now,
Boy,
says
guys.
the NBA better pray it's just the illegal poker operation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
it's true.
Games are being rigged, and we're all going to find out. It's going to be huge, dude.
Oh, boy.
But do you think it would, honestly, and again, I
think
don't
Tim
know.
Donahue's doing right now.
Yeah, he's like, they told you. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Do you think this story would be as big if it was just a poker ring, though? Because that doesn't really, to me, grab people.
Also,
Illegal
when's
poker.
the last time
So
Chauncey Billups really made you pay attention? A big shot for Detroit back in 2000.
20 years ago?
Yeah. I was going to say, we didn't really know he was coaching.
I mean, I'm with Alex, man. You better hope and pray if you're Adam Silver. Show me his face.
Okay, here's ABC's latest tweet. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier is among 6 people charged Thursday with turning professional basketball into a criminal gambling operation by using inside information to place unlawful wagers, law enforcement sources have told ABC News. That's not poker! They have used inside information. You're not busting up an illegal poker ring going, you cheated! They're not getting involved in that, folks.
Maybe this is hyperbolic, and I just want to ask this question out loud. Is this something
I think it's all fair to just throw out there right now.
If this is something that is as serious as it may be, Could this possibly shut down the NBA this year?
That's a good question.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
like
Is
this,
the league like not on the up and up?
If this is worst case scenario, then yeah.
I mean,
like, how do they cover the games tonight? Like, do you mention it? Are the games on ESPN tonight?
You better believe.
Oh my God, they are.
ESPN has the games tonight.
I think so.
So Miami,
it's 6 and 9.
Yep.
Yeah, let me read more of this for you guys, just to kind of keep you updated. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and former Cleveland Cavalier player and assistant coach Damon Jones were also charged in separate but related illegal gambling cases. They're among the 6 people charged Thursday with turning professional basketball into a criminal gambling operation by using inside information to place unlawful wagers, law enforcement sources told ABC News. Continue to read that. That's the money line right there, guys. A criminal gambling operation by using inside information to place unlawful wagers. A lot of jail time if these guys are guilty.
The thing that's crazy, too, because I like this text from the text line, and this is from the 816. Yeah, the poker thing is just to get people there. Then they're making the side bets.
Could be, yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, we play poker in my garage every once in a while on a weekend on Saturday. And I can almost guarantee you, Bob and Mac, the minute 2 of the 8 guys get there that are sports gamblers as well, are like, what do you have on tomorrow's game?
Yeah.
What skin do you have for Sunday? You think they're any different?
No.
Because this is a proof in the pudding.
And let me tell you, I got a guy that's hurt.
You are not bigger than anybody else, whether you are an athlete, whether you are a salesman for whatever company. We're all humans here. The law is the law. And like Jim Carrey once said in Liar Liar, stop breaking the law, a-hole. And this is something that is going to be absolutely like this.
And imagine if your friends had inside information and millions of dollars. Imagine those combos and the side
Chauncey,
bets.
Chauncey.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, is he playing next week? Nah, I think they're going to sit him out. And then so-and-so is going to be out as well. So like we should be all right. Okay, so I should take the overall. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm also in the same mindset because Binkley's in for for Cody today. So it's Gold and Bink. And Binkley wants to come in and just absolutely shred the radio airways with Chiefs takes and all this. These haters like Dustman saying to be humble, F that. And then Gold's the gambling guy. And Gold, this is Gold's dream.
I mean,
because Gold's big into like nothing's rigged. Everything plays out.
Yeah, which I'm that way too.
And I've been who's been the script guy for the last 15 years?
Bobby Betts over here.
Yeah.
Don't call me that today.
Yeah, it's true. But I see the DEA come in here and be like, hey, or the FBI.
Yeah. How'd you know that the Giants were going to beat the Chargers?
Yeah.
Because I watched games before.
Hello,
sir.
America.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just continuing to watch all this stuff come out. Earlier this week, the NCAA approved legislation to allow college athletes to bet on professional games. So you had that happened on Monday. Then you have college coaches, Bill Self and Tom Izzo, railing against the state of college basketball and how awful it is. Then you have the NBA tip-off. Everybody liked opening night. Charles ripped ESPN. They had a great time on that show. The games were fun. It's, good opening night, opening 2 nights. And then after opening night's out of the way, we've arrested a coach and a player. There's going to be 6 guys charged in this, an assistant coach, as we just saw, that I read from wherever that guy was. Who did I say was the assistant coach? Cleveland Cavalier player and assistant coach Damon Jones was also charged in separate but related.
He played with LeBron on the Cavs way back when.
So, never mind. Nobody's off the table right now in the NBA.
No.
Nope.
That's all I have to say. We will continue to break this story down for you. We'll try to squeeze in as much as we can with the Chiefs and some news yesterday in the MLB that could really make the Yankees be a lot like the Dodgers. So stay here. We'll give you all the news that keeps breaking today with the NBA gambling ring that has been announced. We'll dive more into it on the other side of 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, your shoulder hurts, right? Your ankle hurts, right? Your knee hurts, your back hurts, right? Well, stop doing all that traditional medicine. Look beyond it and call QC Kinetics. These guys are so successful because people with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. And it's a simple injection, not a hospital stay, fast and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all the time, then you need to explore all of your options. Be smart. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices, because that's not the case. Call QC Kinetics and get that free consultation. Exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country have found a better life with QC Kinetics' amazing regenerative treatments. So call now to get that free consultation scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Appointments available on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
All right, Missouri, listen up. You can make plays on Underdog right now in the state of Missouri because football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the action. And you can select entries and win money right now in the state of Missouri. Today, tonight, for Thursday night football, and all weekend long in the state of Missouri, you can play on Underdog. And it's easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. And once you get your entries right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. I love playing on the Underdog app, especially when multiple sports are going on. We got the World Series, we got college football, we got the NFL. You can combine entries from different sports into one selection to see how you do. So download the app today and sign up with promo code BOB to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Discover the latest HVAC, plumbing, and trade solutions with companies like A.O. Smith and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase. Today from 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Co. Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking.
Engines rumble, tires smoke, and the barbecue's fired up with Boost and Barbecue. This Friday and Saturday at Flying H Drag Strip in Odessa. See the fastest streetcars in the world battle it out on the strip, plus burnouts. A huge barbecue competition, car show, and kids zone. Kids 12 and under get in free. Then Saturday night, country star Chris Jansen takes the stage live. It's 2 full days of racing, music, and mouth-watering fun you won't want to miss. Get your tickets now at boostandbarbecue.com.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than just Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning. When I say insurance, you say financial services. Insurance.
Financial services.
Insurance.
Financial services.
Now, when I say nationwide, you say is both. Nationwide.
Is both.
Nationwide.
Is both.
For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 635 southbound, off again, on again, slow from before Kansas Avenue. Stays that way down past Gibbs with some earlier problems that look to be in the clearing stages. 35 southbound, still heavy from Mission down towards 18th Street Expressway with an accident. Reporting Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Nate Taylor coming up in about 5 minutes from the text line. I kind of thought that 35-0 call was rigged.
For the last 8 years.
Yeah.
It was so close.
Bobby Betts. Now all of a sudden it starts to get closer and closer. Coincidence?
I think not, right?
Exactly.
I've been telling you guys about this script stuff, and nobody wanted to believe me years ago, and here we sit going, oh, no.
Press conference for this gambling ring. Again, we will give you all the details once we get more and more of it. But let's talk a little bit of this Kansas City Chiefs football team while we have a minute before we get joined by
Good Morning
Nate Taylor.
Football just tweets out, which first-year NFL head coaches had the biggest impacts? Like, they are just staying away from this whole thing.
Favorite pizza toppings? Go. Favorite villain in a Disney film? Go. Mount Rushmore of steaks.
Oh, God.
Steven Spector, number 1, sirloin.
Yeah.
But no, we'll get more involved with that when more comes out. We've got it seems to have been an eternity because it's been 30 minutes since anything has really ever dropped or has dropped since the news of Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, being involved and arrested in a gambling investigation by the FBI and the Eastern District of the New York City. So more will come of that. They'll have a press conference at 9. We'll play you the highlights of that. But Chiefs, Washington on Monday night. Guys, this turned into a game that could be close to a game that just go out there and win it. Right? Mm-hmm. Marcus Mariota was announced yesterday. He will be the quarterback for the Washington Commanders. They play at Arrowhead on Monday Night Football. So, again, you get a team that is in a massive disadvantage. This time you get a team without their quarterback for the entire game. You beat Baltimore very easily, right. 37-20 without Lamar Jackson, basically in the second half. You beat Detroit with a dismantled secondary. You beat the Vegas Raiders with, I don't even know if Geno Smith's considered a quarterback anymore. But now you get Washington continue to take care of business and get ready for the game that is in Week 9, Buffalo Bills.
Well, and I also think, too, this is why, when you look at a schedule at the beginning of the year, it changes dramatically. Because at the beginning of the year, this looked like a pretty good quarterback matchup, right? And Washington has kind of fallen apart a little bit, kind of decimated by injuries. And now they don't have their starting quarterback out there that everybody wanted to see in this Mahomes versus Daniels kind of matchup. It's now Mahomes versus Marcus Mariota. It doesn't ring as sexy, if you will, about that. But, Washington, to me, is one of these teams that they got a lot of problems. It's not just what's going on there. I was listening to a little bit of our sister station yesterday out in Washington to J.P. Finley, who will be on with us tomorrow at this time, and he had this to say about the Redskins.
The Commanders have forced just 3 turnovers all season and have suffered from major coverage lapses and poor tackling. That is all accurate, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
You'd love for this to be inaccurate and you could fight back and be like, nah, that's not right. That's all right.
It is.
So they don't pressure, they don't create turnovers, and they don't tackle. What do they do on defense? How are they going to suit up and go against the Chiefs on Monday night if you just heard one of their guys go, we don't tackle, we don't cover and we don't rush the quarterback all
Baseball
that
player.
well.
He doesn't hit. He doesn't field. He doesn't. Okay, so what does he do?
Right.
What does this guy do?
What do you say you do here? Well, we're just along for the ride in all of this. And so that's kind of where they are. But, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, from an offensive standpoint, that 11.5-point spread that jumped up the other day is looking really good right now, especially. It's not just because they don't have their quarterback, but obviously defensively they're not getting it done in Washington either. And that's something that the Chiefs should lick their chops against and take advantage of. It's been 4 straight games, in my math, of 30 or more points for this team. Let's make it a 5th game in a row where we put up 30 or more points. And you have the opportunity to do that now against this wounded team in Washington.
Yeah, and I think this is a game where it's, you're gearing up for what I think is the nuts and bolts now of the NFL schedule for the Kansas City Chiefs, right? You're playing Washington on Monday night against Marcus Mariota, win that game. Mm-hmm. You'll play Buffalo the following week. You'll have a bye week. Then you'll play Denver and the Colts. And if you can get everybody right and get everybody back, because we heard the Trey Smith information earlier from you that he should be fine.
Should be fine, yeah.
But again, the offensive line going down always scares me because it always seems like when everything is going right, something seems to pop up for the Chiefs. And it was that offensive line in 2021 when they played the Bucs in the Super Bowl and then just got absolutely throttled. And where my take earlier, and I'll ask this to Nate as well, because I think he'll agree, is I'm not saying that what the Chiefs are doing is great and fun, but also let's look at it, from a level-headed perspective. Yes, they're winning, and yes, they're beating their teams by a lot of points. But if we say the same thing about Buffalo being 2 and whatever against teams that they've beaten, like the Chiefs aren't beating anybody that is of noteworthy. So again, you could say, well, Detroit, beat Tampa Bay. Well, Tampa Bay was beaten to crap. I mean, Mike Evans goes out. Chris Godwin's not playing. Ibuka was half of himself. There's no Bucky Irving. So again, I'm not saying that you can't have fun with this Chiefs team. Let's just lower, where we're at. I think there's a lot of people best team in the league. No one can beat them. They're unstoppable. So,
but is there really a good team in the NFL this year?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the Chiefs are, again, I'm not saying the Chiefs are bad. I'm not saying you can't be having fun with it. But we'll ask Nate Taylor. Go ahead. Get to Nate Taylor.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news.
It's baby laughing.
Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
That's right. It's a Thursday, 8:25. Nate Taylor joins us as he does, ESPN's Chiefs beat writer. Nate, can you protect your boy here? I'm catching some strays. Is it okay to stay a little humble right now with the Chiefs? I know that they've, shown some true colors these last couple of weeks, but again, I brought it up. They beat the Giants with Russell Wilson. They beat Baltimore, who was completely, dismantled. They lose to Jacksonville. They beat Detroit, whose defense was a little beat up or a lot beat up, and they beat the Raiders, who are the 3rd or 2nd worst team in the NFL. Yes, they've done it. The point differential is there. But it should be noteworthy to stay a little humble, right?
That's totally fine. I think that's pretty reasonable, honestly. We have this game on Monday against the Commanders, but it's all a sort of a prelude to the showdown in Buffalo. I thought much of the first part of the season was, could the team be trending in the right direction before they play the Buffalo Bills? Because that could, at least have some say in the who has the inside track to the 1 seed. I think that was, especially once we knew Rashee Rice was going to be out for 6 games. So there's a number of factors, right? Now you have Rashee Rice. They got through those first 6 games. They are relatively healthy, which most teams cannot say at this point. But yeah, they still have plenty to prove. They have what I can't even believe is a very fascinating game against the Indianapolis Colts, and then you have a quick turnaround against the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. So we'll know more in these next 6 games or so, and then we'll have a true sense of what this team is, I think, after that Indy sort of Dallas 5-game swing in November.
Yeah, that's going to be obviously a tight week coming up in a couple of weeks against I guess a good team in Indianapolis. Dallas, I'm never a believer in, but I'll go back to the question I asked Dusty before you jumped on. Who really is that good team this year in the NFL? Because I think you could poke holes in every single organization right now.
Isn't that the beauty of the league,
yeah.
Right? Because I still have a lot of faith in Green Bay. I think, because they are the champions, a lot of the benefit has to go to the Eagles in terms of hey, I'm not going to doubt those guys. We know how talented of a roster they have. When it comes to the AFC, the Colts are good. that's just a fact. Like, them going to Los Angeles 2 times now, and honestly, you could have argued they should have beaten the Rams. But hey, maybe they should have lost to the Broncos instead of the penalty happening and then getting a second chance for that game-winning field goal. So you can poke holes in just about every team. The thing that I've always said, and this is starting to become the trend for this season too, is beating the Chiefs in September, and if you're the Buffalo Bills, even beating the Chiefs in November is not the same as beating the Chiefs in January, because they continue to get better over the course of the season, and that's what the 17 games and an 18-week schedule sort of present to them. How do you get better? How do you get in the right position to have another playoff run, to possibly go back to the Super Bowl? Will the Indianapolis Colts get better, or is this the high mark for them because they are 6-1, because they have the best record in the league? Who's to say? I don't know. They're good right now, but that could change, in another 6-7 weeks, right? I think because of at least what we've seen from the Chiefs in the last 5 games, right? Once they had Xavier Worthy back, I know there was the collapse in the last minute against the Jaguars, but they could be 5-0, guys, in the last 5 games. So I see actual improvement with the Chiefs. Now, I think for the Colts and teams of that nature, it's like, well, can you sustain it? Can you actually find ways to get better over the course of the season? The Colts defense, not the best unit, but hey, their offense is playing really, really well, so I have no issues with them. I think Jordan Love's playing at an awesome level. He's kind of going under the radar for Green Bay. I know they had that weird game in Dallas that ended in a tie, but, will Green Bay get better over the course of the year? I would tend to think so, just because Matt LaFleur and his coaching staff have done a really good job of doing that consecutively. So there's a lot to look around at this league. I know the trade deadline's coming up in a few weeks. We will know more as the season goes along, but the whole point for the Chiefs is just get better week after week to where you're ready to really go in January.
Nate, when you look at I want to bring back the Indianapolis Colts because one thing I think the NFL gets lost in is the matchups, right? And you look at the Colts, right? The advantage is Jonathan Taylor in that offensive line. I know Ty Warren has been a stud tight end, and Daniel Jones is, keeping things afloat out there, and they're 6-1. That's awesome, right? But what the Chiefs seem to do is to take out running backs, and I love that matchup against the Chiefs. This matchup against Washington, Marcus Mariota, right? Is there really anything to worry about, or do you worry about how you can just stay focused in this game if you're the Kansas City Chiefs?
Well, I was hearing you guys right before I came on. I think the benefit for Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs defense is you do have legitimate tape of Marcus Mariota this year in this offense, right? We know Jaden Daniels missed a few games beforehand, so you should be prepared, right? This isn't a situation where you go, oh, man, he hasn't played all year. We don't really know what their game plan might look like. You should have a general idea now because he had to come in relief in Sunday's game against Dallas. And look, Marcus Mariota can still use his legs. We know he's a bit of a dual threat. He's a lesser version of what Jaden Daniels presents to another team. But I just love the idea that this is another chance for them to show them being the Chiefs, another chance for them to show you did it against Baltimore. You really handled the Detroit Lions in the second half, and you never let the Raiders get in that game. So it's about having a killer instinct and not letting up and not playing down to your competition. If they do that again, it's another sign of, hey, you're improving. You have Rashee Rice. I know you just said earlier that, the Commanders don't tackle well. I'm like, well, that's not great because, Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice are in the middle of the field, and you kind of need to tackle those guys to have any chance to stay over the top when it comes to Tyquan Thornton and Xavier Worthy. So the Chiefs will have plenty of options in Monday's game. They will be obviously the home team, but just do what you're supposed to do because there's nothing that should surprise you about Marcus Mariota because you've had plenty of time to study what he's done this season.
So do you expect Rice to have the game that he did last time, be the top targeted guy, or do you expect each week it's just going to be somebody different? Because that's where I am. I don't care who the number one targeted guy is. I love the way they worked Rice back in like he never left before. So more of the same, or do you think it's basically what the defense gives you? How do you kind of handicap this one?
Yeah.
Maybe a bad day to talk about handicapping prop things. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. By the way, did the Portland Trailblazers play a basketball game last night?
They did, and they lost.
Holy smokes, man.
So they played in Portland last night because Chauncey Billups was arrested in Oregon. They drug that guy out of his bed at like 5 a.m.
Yes. I was just talking to Mac about it. I was like, so you mean to tell me that, like, did they like follow him to his house last night and then arrest him? Or
I don't know. Like, did they just
drag him out of his bed, like you said? Like,
that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they went in there with like one of those things that they bust door downs with and found him and drug him out of bed.
That's got to be the wildest situation, man. It's like, whoo, okay. And they're like, yep, he's home now. Yep, he's home. We can take him down. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So it's, it's so funny you mentioned that because I think Patrick has alluded to this. Like, hey, if you're open, I'm going to throw you the football. Like, having this assortment of skill position guys, he should not really have to hold the ball a ton. He should, still get out of the pocket and extend a couple plays here and there just to keep the defense honest. But, like, hey, if the Commanders can't rush the quarterback with much success, and, I know you said that Trey Smith is expected to play this week. We'll see him probably on the practice field today. So, hey, if you have your starting five with, Jalen Moore in place of Josh Simmons, then, hey, get the ball out in less than 3 seconds, and let's see if the Commanders can tackle. So it doesn't have to be Rashee Rice. I think the Chiefs were so determined to make that guy feel good, right, to give him, hey, you've been waiting for 6 weeks. Let's get you involved as soon as possible. And that was clearly the game plan, and the Raiders really couldn't do anything about it. But now it's like, hey, let's see Hollywood Brown. Let's see Xavier Worthy. Who knows? This could be another Tyquan Thornton game because if you're focusing on the main three guys, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, then Tyquan Thornton can beat you over the top. We've seen that a couple times. The best part is that this should help Travis Kelce manage his body for the rest of the season so that he's ready to go in January. He does not have to have the burden that he did in 2023 or even at portions of last season because of all the injuries at receiver. So just spread the ball around. And, hey, when you get into the red zone, find your matchups like they did against the Raiders, and then hopefully you execute to a high level, and you keep this trend up. And this is wild, guys. Despite them kind of not beating anyone of real significance, which I know we talked about earlier, and despite no one in the league really knowing who's good and who's, like, actually, like, great, the Chiefs have scored on over half their possessions.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Nate, I think it's funny when they say everybody's going to eat, right? You say that when you go to your family's house on Thanksgiving, but somebody always eats first, right? Whether it's Gramps, whether it's Unc, whether it's, Mom, whoever it is, someone eats first. I think that's what it is with the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody does eat, but somebody eats more, and it's going to be Rashee Rice. I think moving forward, we saw 10 targets in his first game back. Now, 42 yards or whatever it was receiving, but still 10 targets in that game. And you have guys like Rashard Smith who were second in targets in that game with 5. Right. So I do think everybody eats, but I think it's still okay to say that one guy will eat more and that guy will be Rashee Rice because moving forward, I saw fantasy rankings. They have him as like the third best play at wide receiver moving forward the rest of the year.
Phillips texting you for information?
Yeah, and so you got to think like, yes, I understand the EGE, right? But there's still one guy that eats more than everybody else.
That's it. Hey, if that is indeed the case, which is definitely a possibility, the Chiefs need to find out because this is year 3. I don't want to deny that. Like, even though he was injured for most of last season, even though he had his own legal issues that he created, this is year 3. They need to find out truly, is he a true number 1 receiver, right? So if that's the case over these next 10 games before you get into the postseason, yeah, it would be nice to say, hey, we've given you the increased targets, right? We've given you the most opportunities because we think you are our most talented receiver. So go out there and prove it. And it's not like Rashee doesn't have incentives to like play well. He, because of his own legal troubles, because he is eligible to, sign a contract extension next offseason, it would behoove him to ball out like every week, right? Hey, last week is 2 touchdowns. Hey, maybe this week we need like 80 yards. And again, for you to have 8 or 9 targets and to make the most of those, given how talented your quarterback is. So that definitely makes sense. But I also know too that, the Buffalo Bills might say, Rashee Rice will not beat us. And it's like, great. Well, we have a surplus of options. Mm-hmm. And so, how you manage the egos, how you manage the sharing of the ball. I know Andy Reid says, hey, there's only one ball, but ultimately you got the best quarterback. So it's about winning. It's about improving. And so for Rashee Rice, it would be nice if he had over the next 10 games, again, if we believe the Chiefs will need to play week 18, which is kind of tricky, if he has 10 games left, you would love for him to have 800 yards and, a multitude of touchdowns and highlights and just, make it undeniable that you are a number one receiver, and so that the Chiefs can, secure your services for the duration of your prime, because it's not like you don't need the money based on some of the legal trouble that you put yourself in.
And also, too, they have him doing things, but they're also, moving the ball at an alarming rate. They're converting on fourth downs. They're not wasting time with field goals at this point because, well, they can't. They're not punting. Other teams are doing that as well. We see a lot of going for it on fourth downs. Why are the Chiefs so successful at this?
Guys, this is the first time we could actually say that Andy Reid is no longer a conservatist, a traditionalist. He's actually pushing the right buttons when it comes to his offense because of what you said earlier, Bob. Like, okay, Harrison Butker's not an automatic guy when you get to 45 yards and out. So you should go for it. You have the most talented quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And the secret sauce, and I wrote about this on ESPN.com, is, man, his role is his role, but no one could argue that Kareem Hunt isn't doing his job when it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, moving the pile forward, finding the vision to find the cracks or the running lanes in the offensive line. Of course, everybody remembers Patrick's theatrics and his acting ability against the Raiders, but he still has to hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, and Kareem Hunt gets 3 yards on that play because it's really hard to not only hit him behind the line of scrimmage, but to have him go backwards for negative yards. So once you combine the idea that, like, hey, this is your role, you're not the most, this is not like what it was when he was a rookie in 2017, but the way you can help the team win the most is we hand you the ball in short yardage situations, and he has converted on everything but one right now. So the Chiefs lead the league in terms of fourth down success rate based on the amount of attempts they've actually put together. And think about it from this standpoint. You convert on fourth down, you control the ball, you control the tempo, you give the defense an additional, couple minutes to rest. And we've seen what that has done over the last 2 weeks. Like, once the offense takes the lead and they can sort of squeeze things out, and you have Mahomes who can roll right, we can do sprint action, we can do option reads, we can do all these sort of things on fourth down, it actually helps the defense because the defense only played 30 snaps last week.
That's amazing.
The offense is like, we'll just keep converting, and that is, I don't know if it's exactly the formula because, again, these things might change over the course of the next, however many weeks. But as of right now, they are the best offense on fourth down because Kareem Hunt doesn't go backwards, and Patrick Mahomes has the ability to use his legs. He has plenty of options to throw the ball. And even when he's been forced to scramble, he'll still make something remarkable happen, even when he's in a disadvantaged position, right? So the Chiefs should still go for it on fourth down. I think the Chiefs have finally gotten to Andy Reid, whether it's the analytics department, whether it's Patrick Mahomes, whether it's, the whole, offensive unit. But he's actually doing the right thing now, and that means going for it on your own 40-yard line with just a 7-point lead. Because you know why? That's the right call because your offense is the best part of your team, and you have multiple ways of getting that first down, even though it's fourth down.
Nate, we appreciate the work. Stay glued to your phone today for many, many reasons. We appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you next Thursday, and I'll see you Monday night.
All right, man.
That's Nate Taylor there, ESPN.
18 minutes away?
Chiefs. That's right. 18 minutes away. By the way, the news today, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the Mafia. Law enforcement sources have told ABC News Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was also arrested in a separate but related betting case. We dive into more of what the news is of the day here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in. That hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom. And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So, if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
This is Dana Hughes. In Kansas City football, we honor tradition, but we always look forward to what's next. That's why I'm all in for Flight by Yingling. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, but built for today. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp, clean, and full of flavor, just the way a light beer should be. It's got the legacy and the stats to back it up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dana Hughes. D.G. Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
It's football season and I can't wait for the games. And now I have even more reason to cheer on the Chiefs. I just head to Hy-Vee the day after any game and score savings at the pump with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Win or lose, I earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score based on the amount I spend. If the Chiefs score 35 points, I save 35 cents per gallon when I spend $35 on groceries. The more we score, the more I save only at Hy-Vee. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
It's game day, and nothing says Chiefs football like the aroma of a tailgate grill. Kick off your pregame party with a Kingdom Meat Bundle from Hy-Vee. Get 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 pork chops, 4 bratwurst, and 4 chuck patties for just $30. Plus, get a 10-cent per gallon fuel saver. Toss in some chips and dip, side dishes, and Chiefs-themed baked goods. Score the extra point with your favorite tailgate beverage from Hy-Vee Wine and Spirit. Just one stop for all your game day needs, only at Hy-Vee.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Kansas side, 35 southbound, gets heavy past South 7th Street traffic. Stays quite slow down towards 18th Street Expressway, with an accident that at last check was blocking the left lane. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. They have been in business since 2012, offering residential service and project work like commercial and router service. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Diving right back into it, about 12 minutes away from the FBI having a news conference with Kash Patel, who will hold that at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Central. Shams wrote an article. It's on ESPN. This is where I think the red flag is, and I'll read what he had to say here. Because under investigation is Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and a Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones.
All been arrested.
That's right. Chauncey was arrested in Portland, Oregon. Rozier was arrested in Orlando. And Damon Jones arrested Thursday on charges as well, who played in the NBA over an 11-year career and from 98 to 2000 and was on the Cavaliers coaching staff from 16 to 18. Again, we told you about the press conference, and this is where Shams writes where the red flag happened. Sportsbooks in multiple states flagged suspicious betting interest on Rozier's statistics ahead of a Charlotte Hornets-New Orleans Pelican game on March 23, 2023. An unexpected surge of bets, including 30 wagers in 46 minutes from a professional bettor totaling 13,759, came in on the under on Rozier points, rebounds, and assists, causing sportsbooks to halt betting on the veteran guard. Rozier then with the Hornets played just 10 minutes before leaving the game, citing a foot injury. What a wild day.
There's an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond where they call you-know-what the foot.
Mm-hmm. And again, this goes back to the report that we read earlier where Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been charged in illegal poker operations tied to the mafia. Law enforcement sources have told ABC News Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier was also arrested in a separate but related betting case. This is flames upon flames upon flames. There is no smoke. There is all fire.
Right. It is all fire at this point in time. And, you know, you had asked earlier, and I think every kind of conversation that we could have is a fair conversation because we have not seen quite anything like this before, is that what's going to happen to the rest of this NBA season. I'm just looking at a picture of you know, all this stuff that's going on right now that people have superimposed, you know, the Sopranos in and whatnot. There's a lot here. You know, the illegal poker ring obviously has been discovered, allegedly, and then they're all sitting around the table, I'm sure, allegedly giving each other tips about what's going on. The idiots that are, though, going to these sports book apps and wagering 35 times in 47 minutes on the same thing with big amounts, you're a dumbass. Like, you're about as dumb as they come. And criminals are very smart until they get caught, and then they become stupid. Like the people who robbed the Louvre the other day, right? In 7 minutes, they were in and out with all the diamonds and right in front of people. Nobody even knew what was going on. Those people will get caught. Either they've already had them sold, all the gems and stuff sold, but the immediate time they try to sell them, they're going to get busted and get caught. Eventually, they do get caught. Criminals eventually do get caught because they end up pushing it too much and they get too greedy. That's where people end up getting caught. You don't get caught taking one cookie out of the cookie jar. But when you get caught, the whole cookie jar is gone, and your mom's going, "Where's all the cookies, Bobby?" "I don't know. I ate them when you were gone because I wanted them." Yeah, you can't do that. You're going to get busted. 37 high wager bets in like 47 minutes on the same thing. How effing dumb are you?
He's horrible.
Like, you can have the best tip in the world. Don't do that.
Yeah, like, I'm not a perfect person. I'll admit a story. I found the answers to a test freshman year for a biology test. When I found them, I got with 5 of my closest friends, and I said, "Guys, here it is, right? Here's the test. Here's the deal. Do not get an A. Nobody get an A, let alone, how dare you, none of you get a perfect score. 2 of the 5, perfect score."
See, yeah, you can't do that.
And it ruined the whole thing. Now, I was wrong in the first part. Maybe do better hiding your stuff, but it wasn't like it was like in files and stuff. It just was on the corner of a table on like the front of the classroom, pulled it right up. I was like, okay, took the test. I got like an 87. Another buddy got like an 88. Another guy got an 84.
And then two outliers.
Guys got 100. And what did the teacher do? Red flag.
Yeah.
The only 2 kids that got 100% on the test are 2 kids that are sitting with D's in the class.
Oh,
no. Tomorrow, we're going to take the test again, but in a different form. And guess what? What did those 2 kids get? Not 100. Yeah, not 100.
What did you get?
What did I get? Like a C.
Yeah.
So I was good. I knew where to go. I knew what it was, but I want to make sure I get a B so I can protect my grade. Again, horrible person for doing that. I was 15. But again,
you were also 15 at that point in time. You knew it was bad, but you were still 15 at that point in time. These are adults.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you make all those bets in a quick, because this was a story that happened in, I believe, close to Lee Summit. In Lee Summit, there was a man who had a fighting ring for the UFC.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in Lee Summit. Yeah,
and it's very similar. Is
that thing not there anymore? They tried to.
I think it's there, but he had to sell everything. Right? He got blacklisted from the UFC. Basically, what had happened.
Going there one time for something.
And basically, what had happened was there was a up and coming fighter, or been a fighter for a while. Lived in Lee Summit, had a fighting, all that. And what had happened and how they got caught was the sports book saw there was leaning towards certain time of like lasting around or how they would finish around when they get knocked out. So essentially, like the old 80s boxing, it's all rigged. Like the guy takes the fall in the 4th round, bet the money on it, and then we collect, right? So then what was happening was they were noticing in the book at like 30 minutes before the fight, a huge shift in betting and certain ways of betting. Well,
that's a red flag, you idiots.
And so this is what happens in this gambling thing with Rozier. All of a sudden, what was it? What we said, 36 bets in 47 minutes. They're going, that's not normal.
But this is where people will say, and I think they're right about it, this is why we've legalized gambling, so we can catch stuff like this. Because when you see stuff like this, Dusty, imagine what was going on before that nobody knew about, that was going on behind the scenes where you didn't have everybody on their phone making these wagers. That's why you can't be stupid about this kind of stuff. You got a great tip, make one bet and walk away. Like, these books know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
it's electronic. This isn't you just randomly showing up to a casino, and they'll catch you that way too. But like, you can't be stupid with this kind of stuff, man. You're ruining it for everybody else. But having the legalized gambling may have led us down this alley of catching these people who may or may not have been doing stuff with professional sports. We'll know more in about 5 minutes.
No doubt about it. But yeah, that was where they got the red flag. There were props bet on the under, and then he goes out with 10 minutes in the game with a foot injury. Because what's the one thing that you always see, Mac, when we gamble on DraftKings or FanDuel? Player must, for baseball, player must have one official at-bat in the game in order, otherwise it's voided.
Yeah.
Well, you play 10 minutes, I'm out, foot hurts. All right, well, under points, under assists, under rebounds, boom, you're done. Like, how many times, and this has happened, unfortunately, I know this happens a lot, you bet an under on receiving yards, and all of a sudden A.J. Brown goes out with a hamstring injury, and you're going, well, he's not coming back. I just hit that.
Yep, that's a hit.
Now all of a sudden it's like, is that guy really hurt? Is my mind going there now? Like, this is what this is beginning to do. So
I'm also, though, I'm not going to take the bait of this is why we should not have sports gambling, because that's not the reason at all. That's low-hanging fruit when people start to go after this. I will say this is the reason we should have sports gambling, because we're shutting these people down that are doing things that they don't need to be doing. If it was behind the scenes, we don't catch this kind of stuff. But because idiots are out there wagering on this kind of stuff legally, we can see what the trends are, and we can put red flags up, and we can start investigating people and knock this stuff off. So I think it's good that we do have the gambling out there because we can catch these people doing this stuff.
And like I had mentioned, coming up in about 15 minutes, Alex Cole will join us for Golden Locks. Can't make that up. And also how I said Binkley and Gold are hosting together and how it'll be football and all this. This is Binkley's tweet 13 minutes ago. Team's only 4-14 against the Chiefs on 4th down and 25.
He's got to figure
28.6%. 2022, 20-35. 2023, 13-28. 2024, 13-23.
I don't know what any of that means, and he's telling Alex that right now in the back room.
It is a really interesting, good stat, but it is not the time. It is not the time. It is not the time.
That's really good stuff. Let's save that for Friday.
Read the room.
Yeah, I tell you something about Terry Rozier. You know, his dad. Oh, my God.
Is he related to Mike Rozier?
I don't know. Binkley's here. God. We'll continue this on the other side of 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
All right, folks, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying enough with the pain. Stop dealing with knee pain, with back pain, with elbow pain, with shoulder pain. Stop dealing with it. Look beyond traditional medicine. That's why QC Kinetics is so successful, because people with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. Patients fighting pain are getting lasting relief using advanced cellular level treatments. It's QC Kinetics regenerative medicine that can revitalize your joints using growth factors from your own body. We're talking about a simple injection here, not a hospital stay, fast and all natural with no downtime. So if your back or your knees or your shoulder hurt all the time, you need to explore all of your options. Be smart. Don't let them tell you more pills or surgery are your only choices. So call QC Kinetics today, get that free consultation, and exercise your freedom to look beyond the same old solutions. Thousands of patients around the country are finding a better life with QC Kinetics. It's time for you to do the same. Call now and get scheduled. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. They've got appointments on Saturdays off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Why take time out of your day for car service when the Shawnee Mission Ford mobile service team can come to you? Whether you're at school, the office, or even on the job site, our Ford certified technicians will service and inspect your vehicle. Any make, any model. Appointments start as early as 8 a.m., or we can pick up your car and even bring it to the dealership and return it when the work is done. Convenience, confidence, complete care. Schedule now at ShawneeMissionFord.com, because at Shawnee Mission Ford, we're on a mission to do more.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust?
That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door, RENNER, forward and back.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Renner Garage Door has proudly served our community for decades. The best styles, technology, and family values. That's Renner. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 southbound, still heavy as you head towards Mission. Stay slow down towards 18th Street Expressway with an accident reporting. 635 southbound, pretty heavy around Shawnee Drive, and then just sluggish to I-35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Happy anniversary, Royals fans.
Lined right field toward the corner. Fair ball. Kane around second. On his way to third. He's going to try to score. Here he comes. Throw not in time. Eric Hosmer lined it into right field toward the corner. Bautista went over to dig it out, but Kane from first base scoring all the way. Hosmer ends up at first base. And this place is vibrating.
96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Back in on a Thursday morning. What an electric morning it's been here for all of us and everyone in the sports world. We'll continue to monitor the situation of the press conference being held by Mr. Cash of the FBI and its investigation in illegal sports gambling involving Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones, the three names that we have been introduced to in this case. But one thing that we do know is we were introduced to who is going to play quarterback for the Washington Commanders on Monday night. It is going to be Marcus Mariota.
Yep.
You want to bet 35-0?
Yeah, no, right. 35. I'll take 35-0 right now on that one, right?
Yeah, and this is one of those things like, and look, I've been on this all day of like, it's okay to believe that the Chiefs are back and they're playing well. Yes, they are. The offense looks good. The defense looks great. But it's okay to stay humble because you're not really beating the world beaters of teams in the NFL. Now, Detroit was a good win. I will give credit to that. You held them to 17 points. You put up 30. Again, they were, beat up on defense. But where you can also see this coming, and this is why I say this, is because I'm trying to, give you some sort of pre-existing look to the future. Because the Chiefs will most likely take care of business against Washington, right? Marcus Mariota, Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs, Washington, advantage Kansas City Monday night, extra day of rest as well. You can put all that together. But you can hear it now, and this is why I bring this up today, because you can hear this now. Tuesday morning, if the Chiefs are victorious, or when the Chiefs are victorious, so let's say they win 31-13.
Okay, that's a good win.
The national media is going to come out, and they're going to say exactly what I've been telling you today. Well, they beat the Vegas Raiders. Detroit's defense was bad. Baltimore was beat up. The Giants were playing Russell Wilson, and Marcus Mariota started. Now let's see what they can do against Buffalo. Because the same thing that we're doing, that I'm kind of doing with the Chiefs, is what we did to Buffalo. Well, yeah, they've got 4 wins, but the combined record of those 4 teams is 2-26 or whatever the number is. Well, that's why, like, if you go into Buffalo and you take care of business, then I think you can have a little bit of an arrogant chip on your shoulder. Because then, go into the bye week, got time to watch the rest of the league, and then you sit back and you get ready for Denver. And I think you could carry that momentum into playing Denver in a game where I think you can beat Denver as well. You do that. All of a sudden, you move up the tiers in the AFC West. Then you start having the accolades of being like, okay, yeah, this is the best team in football. Because we asked the question, who is the best team in football?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Like, what is an impressive win right now? Is it the Chiefs beating themselves against Jacksonville? Is that the most impressive win of the season in the NFL? And I am being serious about that. The Chiefs beating themselves against Jacksonville, is that the most impressive win of the season in the NFL? Because what would consider an impressive win? Every single team right now in this league has something majorly wrong with it. Because if we were to do a blind vote, well, maybe we probably wouldn't. Like, if I asked all 3 of us to put into a hat the best team in the NFL, I think Mac and I would probably both say the Chiefs on that one. But how many different answers would we get if we did like a nationwide, tell me the best team in the NFL, right? I guarantee you we'd have people all over the place. They would say Indianapolis. They would say the Rams. They would say the Chiefs. They would say the Eagles. They would say the Lions.
Buffalo.
They would say Buffalo. They would say Green Bay.
Yep.
I mean, there are so many teams out there right now that are good. There isn't a great team per se in the NFL at this juncture. There just isn't right now. So I don't know who has had that signature victory. It is the Chiefs over the Chiefs against Jacksonville. That may be the most signature victory, of the year. Like, at least Jacksonville can say, hey, we beat the Chiefs, kind of. They beat themselves. Hey, we get credit for the victory. We forced them to beat themselves. So I just don't know who that signature win is going to be for anybody this year. Obviously, Buffalo and Kansas City is a huge game, and the winner of that one will get, bragging rights off of that. But is there somebody else right now that we're not looking at that we think should potentially be the best team in the NFL? I don't know the answer to that question right now. Who's Chauncey Billups picking?
Yeah, I'll just.
Who's Terry Rozier got in this one?
I'll swim in whatever wake they're making. Man.
I bet he's got the under on Mariota rushing yards, under on passing yards, and under on touchdowns.
Yeah, but that's a legit bet, right?
I think there's a little bit of two conversations: most impressive win and teams with flaws, right? Because you could have a really impressive win, but your team sucks, right? Or the Bills, lots of flaws that we've discussed. In my mind, most impressive win of this season and that I've seen in a long time. Week 1.
Week 1 was a great win for them. Yeah.
Down 15, 5 minutes, whatever it was, came back, right? But we've talked about their problems, their issues, both on offense and defense. Yeah. No one's perfect. And there's no one ever perfect in the NFL. But last year it was so clear, right? It was the Eagles and it was the Chiefs.
Right.
There were other teams that were really good that were going to be able to compete, and it was going to be a fun playoffs, and there were other contenders. But we knew who the best teams were, especially by week 7. I mean, guys, we're almost halfway through the
I was just
season.
thinking about that. Do you realize this is week 8 already?
Saying it's not.
Next
early.
week is we're not. It's not early anymore. It's Halloween next week.
Time.
The trade deadline's less than 2 weeks away. It's a week from this coming Tuesday, right? So you got about 10 days to the trade deadline or whatever it is. 12 days to the trade deadline. So we're at the halfway point almost for this season, and nobody is jumping out as, oh my God, this is a juggernaut of a team in either side of the ledger. And I look at the Chiefs, and yes, I am biased. I don't give a rip, but I know what I'm watching. I've done this long enough to realize they're putting up 30 a game against NFL teams. That's impressive. I don't care who's hurt, who's on the field, who's not, whatever the case may be. They're putting up 30 points per game. They're shutting down good offenses right now. I think the Chiefs are playing the best at this point in time, even though they don't have the best record and they're technically not in the playoffs right now. I think they're playing the best right now.
I agree. And, last year I was pretty skeptical throughout a lot of the season and was one of the many Chiefs fans not exactly satisfied with the way they were winning games. You could clearly see there were flaws with that team. Yes, the end results were mostly W's, and that's great, but at the end of the day, I was like, okay, there's other issues that are going to maybe come up, and they did against the Eagles in that Super Bowl. But when I watched this team, and I was saying that after the Baltimore win, I was like, okay, I don't know about these pass rush stats. I don't know about this defensive line. It seems a bit of a mirage. But then, since then, yes, the Jacksonville game, they beat themselves. They looked fantastic for 2.5 quarters. Since then, dude, they are passing the eye test for me.
Yeah.
More than they have in a long time. And statistically, everything. You look at the advanced stats, you look at just the eye test, they look better than they have, and they look more confident. They look like they know who they are.
Let's say last year they had this offensive line and Rashee Rice. They're not 9-0 in one-score games because they're not playing many one-score games, in my opinion.
Exactly. And that was my take with them this year, is that they won't have many one-score games. And now we're starting to see that come to fruition, right? There's not going to be a lot of one-score games, in my opinion, from here on out with this team.
And I can tell you just by talking with folks, the excitement inside that building right now with what they're doing on offense is to another level where it's like, okay, let's do more. Let's do more. They're pushing themselves to get out of the, 30's nice. Now 30's the norm, okay?
Yeah.
They're pushing themselves to go out there and be aerial as you-know-what in this offense and just attack. And they're seeing the successes. And I don't want to use the term greedy because that's a bad term to use, but them seeing themselves have all of this success is really encouraging. And they're like, let's just continue to do this. We want more.
They're
we
hungry.
want more. We want more. Yeah. Because everybody's eating.
That's so exciting to see. Yeah, everyone's got to eat. Yeah, but I see where Dusty's skepticism is coming from. I mean,
I'm just saying it's okay to be humble because we use the same metric for other teams and then we don't use it for ours.
No, I agree.
That's all I'm saying. I am
No.
not a Chiefs hater. I'm not being a Debbie Downer.
We're not saying that.
I know you're not saying that, but there's multiple people on the text line and people that are probably listening that I'm saying, we use that metric against Buffalo. We use it against this. But then when it's the Chiefs, like, oh, man, I'll tell you what. You know what I mean? It's like, well, come on. Like, again, I think the Chiefs are great. I think the Chiefs will be in the playoffs. I think the Chiefs have a chance to be a Super Bowl team. I think Patrick Mahomes. I told you Patrick Mahomes would be the MVP of the league before the league even started.
Yeah, they're going to win their division.
And it's fine. But at the same time, it's like, yes, they look good. But let's sit back and say, hey, look at who they played and look at what was available. And I keep seeing the same text over and over again. Well, everybody said that Detroit was beat up, and that's why the Chiefs beat them. And then they went and played Tampa Bay, and they beat the hell out of Tampa Bay, and Detroit's back. Tampa Bay was out without Mike Evans, who got hurt, who didn't do anything in the first quarter and a half or whatever he played. Chris Godwin didn't play. Bucky Irving didn't play. And Emeka Egbuka was not 100%. He wasn't even 80% of himself. So, again, like, it's fine. If you want to be that arrogant guy and do that, by all means, go ahead. I'm just saying my narrative is it's okay to be humble and sit back and wait till you get through these next few games where you actually are going to play teams that have talent on their teams, that are actually healthy. And then when they do that, exalt it all you want. But all I'm saying is right now it's okay to be a little humble with this team because we do this to other teams, but we seem to lose that sort of same narrative when it comes to the Chiefs. Believe in the Chiefs. I think you should. They got everybody back. But again, Trey Smith injury kind of is alarming to me. Josh Simmons being gone. I don't know how long what's his name that filled in for Josh Simmons?
Jalen Moore.
Yep.
And Juwan Taylor's had 3-4 good games, but he's had 10 to 15 really bad games. So that's all I'm saying. Coming up on the other side, couldn't be a better day to get into the Golden Locks here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, today's the last day you can vote in the PrepsKC.com Sheet Metal Workers #2 Game of the Week. And once the votes close later on today, we'll find out what two schools are going to get. You got it. A check for $750 to their booster club. $1,500 in total is going to be awarded. And that's what the Sheet Metal Workers Union has been doing all high school football season long. The game of the week, they're awarding both schools $750 towards their booster club. And I know that goes a long way for a lot of booster clubs out there. And that's why it's beneficial to use the guys over at Sheet Metal too. They come out to your school, they'll do work for you, and they'll help you out as much as they can. And they're always looking to give back. The Sheet Metal Workers are just absolute treasures in this town, and I love them to death. And their pre-apprenticeship program is on now. Paid opportunity where you'll start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months, and they're going to kick in health coverage as well at no cost to the employee for your entire family. The Sheet Metal Workers do industrial sheet metal, they do HVAC repair, and they also do that architectural sheet metal that you see at the top of Bartle Hall. And Smart Local 2 welcomes everyone from seasoned professionals to those with no experience. They offer career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while giving you the tools and support you need for success. Check them out at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
Discover the latest HVAC, plumbing, and trade solutions with companies like Milwaukee and Champion and 20-plus other vendors at the Kansas City Wind Supply Group Vendor Showcase. Today from 3 to 6 at J. Rieger & Co. Distillery. Plus, enjoy complimentary food, drinks, tours, prizes, and networking.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, we share stories that are funny, strange, heartbreaking, and above all, true.
I myself have been married for 56 years. Unfortunately, to 4 different women.
It turns out the people I was looking for all my life is what you people would call nerds.
Follow and listen to The Moth on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Things are getting spooky in South Kansas City, but the deals at Rob Side Ford, they're scary good. Rob Side is with me. Hey, Rob, what's haunting the lot this month?
No tricks, just treats. From Broncos to Explorers to F-150s and commercial vehicles, we've got the inventory, the selection, and the lowest prices in Kansas City.
And no creepy sales tactics, just non-commissioned staff and real value.
Exactly. And while we're on the scary stuff, Kevin, your brisket from last weekend still haunts me.
Okay, dry rub shouldn't actually mean dry.
But here's the real flavor. KC's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google, 4.8 stars with nearly 3,000 reviews. Voted best car dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
If you want simple, upfront, and easy, Rob Side Ford is the treat you've been looking for. Visit 135th and State Line and buy right with Rob Site.
Rob Site Ford, ROBSIGHT.com. And Kevin, leave the cooking to us this Halloween.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 67.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. It's time for Golden Locks with Alex Gold.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchesi crime families.
Wow. So couldn't introduce a better time for the Golden Locks segment with Alex Gold, who joins us now here on Fescoe and Dusty. Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey, Dusty Likens, Alex Gold. Gold, how are you on this hell of a news drop morning?
Yeah, it's a hell of a morning. My mic is on. It's a hell of a morning.
That's because the mom's listening.
Yeah. No, I woke up to multiple texts, as you can imagine. Immediately, I think the news started to come out around, 7 o'clock, 7:30 or so.
I've lost track.
Pretty much all morning.
Yeah.
Ask Chauncey Billups. They rousted him out of the bed about 2 o'clock Pacific time today to drag his ass out.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's a massive scandal for the NBA, that's the headline. That's what we're talking about. And as you guys heard in the clip from the press conference, there's also a huge chunk of this is involving a legal poker ring.
Right.
Anybody that was familiar with the Gilbert Arenas stuff from a couple years ago, he's still involved. Like that case has not been resolved or whatever. That's where some of it sounds like that is coming from as well. But this is, if you're Adam Silver, if you're Roger Goodell, I know today's about the NBA, but if you're Roger Goodell, if you're Rob Manfred, right, this is the worst case scenario stuff for you as a league. Like there's other times where the league might be shed in a bad light and people disagree with it and ref controversy. This right here, what we're talking about today, alleged, illegal sports betting using inside information, that's the worst nightmare stuff for these commissioners, for any of these leagues, questioning, the integrity and now leaving a lot of doubt for anybody that's a sports fan, anybody that has ever bet on sports. Now in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, was I screwed? And that's the worst case stuff for everybody involved in the industry and for these leagues and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's bad. And just to kind of recap what Kash Patel said, the head of the FBI, he's called it a sports rigging scam that's been going on for 4 years, 11 states, and they've arrested 30 people, he said in that. That's not small. That is a large, large deal. You had an NBA head coach arrested during this, right? And Dusty asked the brilliant question, would they shut the league down for the rest of the year? If this
No. Look, a couple of things. Let me clear up two things though, real quick. So the 31 is both cases. That's including the illegal poker, rigging, and 6 defendants are part of the sports betting.
Right.
I'm just trying to clear it up. But like 6 defendants for the sports betting scheme. As far as shutting down the league now, that's not going to happen for, I think, a couple of reasons. One,
too much money involved.
Well, there's too much money involved, but also, we're talking about one active player and one active coach, which is far too many. But this is, if all of a sudden you told me that there were 20 players involved right this second, that's different. Now, what could happen, Bob, not necessarily the league shutting down, could there be the league essentially working with their sports betting partners and say, all right, we're going to you're not betting on prop bets, or we're going to not allow you or try to convince you not to allow you to do prop bets, because if you read some of the details, and a lot of this is coming out right as we're on the air right this second, and it's not like we have a copy of the indictment in front of us to know exactly, or we obviously, the thing is just happening today. We don't have the text messages or anything to know what exactly occurred. We're all still speculating a little bit, but the prop bets in the unders is always the most vulnerable market. And Terry Rozier, the current NBA player that is involved in this is from 2023. You guys probably don't remember. You talked about this on your show like a year and a half ago. Like the actual involvement from him is not new information. What's new information is that he's being charged today, and that it's potentially tied to the mafia, right, in some form or fashion, an individual that are involved in this. So,
but the NBA cleared this guy.
They did.
And that's the red flag that you have to look at, to me, Alex, is the NBA said, oh, yeah, sure, nothing to see here, nothing to do, move along. And the feds are like, the hell there isn't. And they come out with all of this. And so that's, to me, now you go back and you're like, there's now highlights circulating the internet of this Terry Rozier dribbling off his foot, throwing the ball to nobody. Like, now it's all starting to come to light that the NBA looked at this and said, he's all clear here, basically to try to save face. Little did they know the feds are investigating behind the scenes, and they've got everything on this. And now they have informants. You can figure that out. And so they got people ratting on each other now. Like, it's I can't imagine.
There's more to come.
Oh, yeah.
There's
you
more
get
to
Chauncey
come.
Billups and you get Terry McGurk or whoever this guy is Rozier inside the cop shop, and you put that light in their face and you start saying, speak, man, or you're going away. They're selling everybody down the river right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, this will not be the end of it. Certainly, look, the NBA has been the league and all this going way back, but even here in recent history, that's been most linked to, sports rigging, if you will. They've had more issues with this than the NFL, than Major League Baseball. And I say that with Major League Baseball still having 2 active players right now that are pending. The Class A guy from the Guardians and another player, I can't remember.
Were both banned from the Dominican League, and now they're suing the Dominican League over that.
Right. So there will be more in other leagues, but this, I think what we're going to potentially see, if you're asking what's the trickled-out effect of all this, other than the legal consequences for those involved, is going to potentially be for those that like betting on certain aspects of the NFL and NBA and Major League Baseball, you're going to see a real push, I think, from the leagues and others, including state legislators and things like that, to pull back on some of the prop bets that are available. Because
why wouldn't that be led by the casinos though, the betting apps, the FanDuels, the Underdogs, all of these folks that have these apps? They should be the ones leading the charge, saying we're not doing this anymore. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones getting screwed. They're the ones losing the money in all of this.
Right? Yeah, and I think their partnership with the leagues, there's going to be a lot of pressure put on them to do that. I mean, now we're talking these leagues are getting millions and millions of dollars in ad revenue via the partnerships they have, the official sports betting partner of the NFL or the NBA or whatever. So I think the pressure is going to have to come from the leagues. And remember, the stuff that we're finding out today about these athletes, and in one case, obviously an active coach, being involved in certain things. Chauncey Billups is the poker aspect. Rozier, and then Damon Jones, I think, is the sports betting side of it. The future of, the regulated market and who gets caught and all that, that's where I always point to, and people get upset when I do this, because they'll say the reason why it's happening now is because sports betting is legal. And this is where I get very frustrated with the conversation that happens, because people will look at today, and understandably so, I guess, they will say, see, this is why sports betting should not be legal.
But that's low-hanging fruit.
And it's low-hanging fruit. And look, it's no secret. You guys know I'm an advocate of legalized sports betting. It's no secret.
I'm an advocate of legalized weed.
So I'm not trying to hide behind anything. It's I host a betting show on this network, on the station. I do a network that betting show. And so network? I'm obviously very pro-sports betting. But I will say, for those that say this is why we shouldn't have legalized sports betting, the reason why these guys are getting caught now is because there are companies that have algorithms that flag irregularities in the betting market.
Yeah, anybody betting Terry Rozier should be red flagged to begin with.
All of a sudden, if there are 30 bets on a Terry Rozier under, for $13,000, that's not normal, guys. That's not a normal thing. They're not betting on LeBron over, okay? Right. So this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it hasn't had more people interested in betting, sure, and people looking at the big parlay wins and all that kind of stuff. That's a different conversation. But the reason why these guys are getting caught is because they were flagged in a regulated betting environment.
Yeah.
Before, people were still betting. I mean,
go back to 1918. A whole baseball team was wiped out because of gambling.
So I always get a little defensive on this is why we shouldn't have legalized sports betting thing, because one, it was happening before sports betting was legalized, and two, the reason why these cases are being now brought forward by the FBI is because they have legal methods to regulate it.
Yeah, Terry Rozier is pissed at the perp walk, by the way. He said they did that to embarrass
his attorney?
Yeah, they did.
You see his attorney's last name?
Is this the guy that we were talking about earlier? Who was the name of that
Jim
guy?
Trusty.
Oh, Trusty.
No, this guy's name was Ben Horney.
Yeah, Ben Horney, who's covering this for
Serious,
FOS Sports.
No way.
Yeah, front office
no
sports.
way.
Yeah.
I had the same reaction. There's
no way.
way.
Yeah, no, it's Ben Horney.
It's like the doctor for Lamar's name was Penis.
Yes.
P-E-A-N-U-S. Yeah, penis. Yeah, but
Dude,
no, Ben Horney is the guy who's reporting on this for Front Office Sports. But here's
Seymour Butts.
Yeah, here's the kicker though from this attorney for Terry Rozier. Terry was cleared by the NBA. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they supersede the FBI.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, he's cleared by the NBA. Now we got to answer to the feds. Being cleared by the NBA is not an if-then statement. Means you're cleared by the feds.
Here's more details on what's been brought up today.
The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player.
Well done.
Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts.
Hello.
And that last part, we already had heard about the Porter stuff, and now right in that clip we just found out the link there. So this is all still part of that original investigation, and there could still be new charges.
Talked.
Of course,
and more are going.
But that's the thing, because I think the natural reaction for a lot of people too, Bob, is, all right, Chauncey Billups or some of these guys are worth tens of millions of dollars already. You're like, why would you do that? Well, I think you just heard, at least in Jontay Porter's case, and he was a lower level player. But with any of these guys, because some of them might be in gambling debt with the mafia. Right. That is actually what we're talking about. Like, that was always
this is like the 1960s.
Yeah, someone had a pretty interesting.
Hey, you're going to be swimming with the fishes if you don't go out there and go 0 for 4 tonight.
No, I mean, if somebody owes millions of dollars in debt to the mafia, that's potentially what happened, at least in one of the cases, it sounds like, with one of the defendants. But Chris Vanini had a tweet just a second ago. He said, within a week, we've had a major jewel heist, a mafia-involved poker ring, and sports gambling corruption. We're living in the 1920s.
It is. No, it is. It's 100 years prior to where we are right now. When we would watch like the Dick Tracy movies back in the day and all these guys, and you were doing the voice the other day. Hey, what we got here, son? Hey, tell you what, man, I got my Tommy gun here. Like, it is. It's like the 1920s all over again. But I've told people for years, sports is no different than a TV show, than a Broadway show, than a concert, than a movie, than anything else that you're entertained in. You're seeing that right now with the NBA. The NBA needs to say, for entertainment purposes only. They're not a real sport at this point in time.
So, can we talk about tonight's game?
We can talk about whatever. I mean, this is obviously the biggest story of the day, and I think it's fascinating.
What do you think the betting markets are going to do, though? Like, when you go to your FanDuel app today, is there going to be less stuff on there?
No, nothing's changing
but
today.
In the future,
nothing's going to change. This is something that's going to have some time and in a process. I mean, one, for starters, not to give the whole spiel, but like, they've been charged. They haven't been convicted yet. Yada yada yada. Right? Like that's also important.
Process.
Yeah, like that's important to note. But it's not going to change overnight. Now, again, as I mentioned, the one thing that, because the NBA is at the center of this, the NBA would be the one league, if you're asking for the quickest reaction to this, that I could see Adam Silver really put pressure on some of their sports betting partners to, limit prop bets. Now, my understanding is if you're going to say like ban prop bets, I believe that has to be a state issue, but state by state, legalized, unless the sports books are going to flat out do it on their own, and I don't believe they are, because they're going to say that 99% of the time it's all on the up and up, and this is an outlier kind of thing. Which percentage-wise it is, but you can't have any percent of an issue when you're talking about something like this and the integrity of the sport.
Here's more information coming out right now. Chauncey Billups, this is according to John Canzano, a reporter covering this.
Okay, out in Portland.
He's out in Portland, right. He's in Oregon, so this is obviously something he needs to pay attention to. Chauncey Billups was used as a, quote, face card to lure, quote, fish into illegal and rigged poker games. U.S. Attorney Joseph Nicola said the games were a scam and victims were fleeced using cheating technologies, X-ray tables to scan playing cards, special glasses for reading cards, card shuffling machines were rigged, per the U.S. attorney.
And that's the illegal poker game aspect of this. Well, I know we're talking the sports betting, but that all
factors in. Chauncey Billups is basically used to lure people in to get information.
Is that what Sean McDermott's wearing?
That's what he's wearing.
Because they're like, hey, so he's a current NBA coach. You think it's on the up and up? You're thinking, oh, we're playing poker with Chauncey Billups. He's not rigging this game against us or whatever.
Crap.
And they're obviously alleging that he was used to make people believe that it was more on the up and up than what it actually was. And my guess is when they mentioned the tens of millions of dollars, I'm guessing a majority of the money came on the poker side than anything else.
Yeah, I would imagine. And it's probably easier that way, less red flags that way. If you're doing it on the gambling app, they can see that right away. This isn't like the 1920s where you just walk into a Vegas casino, make a bet, and walk out. Maybe they have some grainy footage of you in there. Yeah. Everybody can see what you're doing.
Yeah, and there's plenty of, you can't, most casinos, we're talking about mobile betting apps, but most casinos, you can't just go in there and drop, $200,000 on a bet with no questions. Right. Usually, and I'm not saying it's never happened, but that's typically not something that is allowed. But the mobile apps, as we said, the Terry Rozier one was $13,000, which seems like a small amount of money.
But it was in the time frame.
But it's 30 something bets in 20 minutes on a Terry Rozier under. I mean, that's going to get flagged every single time.
But 3
under points, rebounds, and assists, right?
Assists. And then he's out in 10 minutes with a foot injury. Because I was telling Mac this, we know this all too well. When it comes like baseball, like player must have an at bat.
Yeah.
So let's say we have like a 4-leg parlay, and one of them is like a Mike Trout anytime home run. Well, he's not in the starting lineup because you put your bet in at 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, you're rooting for Mike Trout not to play in that point because he's not in the lineup. If he pinch hits, you're like, oh, man, there goes my bet. I will ask you this. Is prop bets the reason because they're more able to be fabricated by the person?
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. That's the obvious elephant.
For those that are worried about, tonight, the Chargers are 3-point favorites against Minnesota. You got, 53-man roster. You've got 11 guys on offense, 11 on defense on a given play. One player, barring, the intentional pick six or something crazy, right? You're not able as an individual to rig the spread. Now,
if you're wide receiver Alex Gold and your over-under is 56.5 yards and your receptions are 4.5, you're like, I'm involved in this swing.
It's way easier. Yeah.
I mean, if your teammates confront you, though, and go, dude, why are you doing this?
This is why we looked at the Terry Rozier video of like him doing all this stuff. We go back and look at the Emmanuel Clase, right? Never going to play baseball again. Yeah, and we go back and we go, what happened? And he's every first pitch is bouncing. And all of a sudden you go back and you're like, oh, it does make sense.
And that's where some of those aspects, that's like micro betting. What you're referencing was, would the first pitch for Clase be a strike or a ball or 90 miles an hour or above 95 miles an hour? Those kind of bets are the ones that I think there's going to be more of a real push to get rid of because of what you just said. If I throw a pitch 90 miles an hour,
be sick.
But I'm involved in something, and I say, my first pitch, I'm not throwing it full go at 95 plus. I'm gonna throw an off-speed pitch first. I give you a heads up on that. I can throw an off-speed pitch, and nobody is going to think anything of it until there's all of a sudden randomly a bunch of people betting thousands of dollars on it. Then it gets flagged.
But that's stupid. Don't do it that way.
Well, in general, with anything we're discussing today, Chauncey Billups, you're a moron. If in fact you did what they said you did, I mean that goes without saying. But I think the prop bets are going to become under the crosshairs the most in this entire thing. And I get it. I think that will be the shift that you'll hear more and more people calling.
All right, who you taking this?
Let's go over Justin Herbert passing yards tonight, guys. 256.5. I'm serious, actually.
Okay.
I think the Chargers, some spots they're 3.5-point favorites. Others they're 3. The Chargers got us last week with the Colts blowing them out. Carson Wentz sucks. Carson Wentz stinks. The Chargers are at home on a Thursday night. We've had 3 straight underdogs win on Thursday night. Going back to what let's see, the Rams lost to the Niners. Then last week the Bengals beat the Steelers as underdogs.
You called that Mike Tomlin on Thursday.
We did. I think the favorite wins tonight. I think the Chargers do get it done tonight. And yes, I know it's weird to talk about sports betting after what we just said. It's very weird. I will still say, not to continue to defend it, but I will still say 99% of all of this is not being rigged. I truly.
No, I'm with you on
hope
this
people don't all of a sudden now think like by the way, just because you lose a bet tonight does not mean just because Justin Herbert only throws 1 touchdown instead of 2 does not mean there's something fishy going on. Okay, this is why I get defensive about it, because now, and that's why everybody should be pissed off at Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups and anybody involved in this, because now anybody, whether it's your buddies or anybody else, we all see the officiating stuff that comes out against the Chiefs every single week. Now anything that happens in a game where someone drops a pass, someone's going, oh, is he? And this is why it's terrible for the league, because now it opens Pandora's box for people to claim that something is rigged because 1% of it on a prop bet may have been.
And it doesn't matter that it's just the NBA. Everybody who's a sports fan is going to view this as sports. And so it's going to carry over to the other sports, even though at this point in time, nobody else is involved.
No question.
You guys all thought the WWE was scripted.
Yeah, I told you years ago. I mean,
so what is your Rozier lock of the night?
Well,
that's what we need to start doing. I love that.
The Rozier lock. Yeah. Which bet do we think is actually most likely?
He's locked up. What's your locked out tonight?
Yeah. Well, I do like the Chargers. I'm serious. I do like the Chargers tonight.
Okay. And Herbert, 256?
Over 256 passing yards.
What's your Chauncey Billups tip of the day?
Yeah, I don't. So you know what? My co-host Cody Tapp is not here today. He's known to host a few poker games in his basement. So I don't know.
He's not sing, and I don't mean a song. He'll sing.
Cody will rat everybody out. Yeah, Cody would not hold back 1 second. Who do you need? I got their numbers.
He is gone today, guys, and he's been known. He's invited me to these poker games as well.
And that's crossing state lines for you. The feds would be involved.
I can't do
in
it.
That.
Bob, I just can't do it. No, other bets for the the weekend.
Guy never shows up and wins the entire pot. Weird.
I like San Francisco plus 1.5 at Houston this weekend, guys. I think C.J. Stroud, he is not the same quarterback, plain and simple. Yes, the O-line's part of it. I don't know what has happened to him. Historically great rookie year a couple years ago. And he's fallen apart. I think it's mental with him now as well.
They also took every weapon away from him and got rid of his offensive line.
Yeah,
What's he supposed to do?
Tunsil got traded. D'Amico Ryan's on the hot seat as well. So I like the Niners getting 1.5 at Houston. It looks like Brock Purdy might be back, which is good news for them. Once Kittle's back, which he was last week, you saw it open up the run game a little bit for Christian McCaffrey. That's a big reason why they had success on the run. So that's another NFL bet I like. And then Vanderbilt and Mizzou, huge game. I mean, massive college football playoff implications. Vandy minus 2.5 is what I like here. Diego Pavia is the better quarterback of the two. I think as much as Pribula was getting attention early in the season and he was playing well, I think teams have started to figure out, and it's not even just him, they don't have a true deep threat down the field. And so if you can key in on Ahmad Hardy, who's awesome, and the transfer running back, it's really difficult for that offense to get the big play. And so you're forced to kind of the long sustained drives, kind of how we talked about the Chiefs last year. Like you're more bound to have a big penalty or a turnover or whatever. So I like Vandy minus 2.5. And then in the Sunflower Showdown, I like the over. I don't know what the latest number is, I'll be honest. This morning I was...
Chauncey, what do you got on that one?
Yeah. Again, Chauncey's the poker, Bob. Chauncey's not the sports betting.
Yeah,
Chauncey's the poker. Terry Rozier's the sports betting.
That's where it's all just going to get lumped into one thing.
And it is. And so everybody... Because that was the initial headline.
Well, then let's not lump it together. Let's be the ones who make sure we separate it. We have the power to do that.
I appreciate
that. I don't really care that much. It's the NBA. They're all guilty of it.
They're not all guilty of it. They're not, actually.
I know that.
But no, I mean, I do think people are like the way the press conference went down today. They tried to separate it, but essentially it was all lumped into one. So now everybody thinks that the whole thing is about sports betting being rigged. When I think truly, when the dollars are all out there, a majority of it is on the poker side. Or whatever.
And the majority of the moral of the story is see how quickly people hear bits and pieces of things and just lump everything together and make their decisions on uninformed stuff.
Fair,
because we're all going to be walking around today saying this Rozier and Billups, man, they're rigging NBA games. Maybe not. Maybe not. We don't really know.
56.5, Dusty, right?
56.5.
I like the
over
for K-State.
Danon Hughes, Jay Binkley, and what else today?
Well, obviously, we're leading our show. Like you guys have been talking all morning. We're going to lead our show with the sports betting scandal and poker scandal that are out there and just some of the ramifications. Also, the NCAA yesterday, coincidentally, allowing college athletes to bet on pro sports. Just bad timing, I would say, on their part. So we'll get into that. And Binks got a fourth down stat that I've heard 7 times that you guys get to hear today as well.
We've heard it,
yeah.
Excited for that.
We'll see you guys a little bit
Let me tell
later.
you about,
All right, goalie age, single guy, must be nice. Hey, we're both the same age. Coming up on the other side, we'll dive in more into this story and get you set up for a Red Friday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, this is Doug. I'm a patient with Heartland Men's Health. I've been doing low T treatment for just under a year now. I've always dedicated my life to work. I've always found the time to go to gym. I'm 46 years old. My energy level has been on a roller coaster. With work, when we would have like long, stressful meetings, I would notice that I was very exhausted and drained afterwards. And with the low T treatment, I'm not as stressed. I started to feel a lot more level-headed. The roller coaster kind of went away. I think Heartland Men's Health, they really have it figured out. The professional staff, I think it's a wonderful treatment for men of any age. And it's definitely a benefit I'm going to continue.
Thank you. It's true. Your initial appointment includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
It's football season and snacking season, and nothing goes better with football and snacking better than Daisy Dips. And now Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French onion dip and a Daisy ranch dip, and these are a game changer. From chips to wings to veggies, they all go better with Daisy Dips. And I love dipping pretzels into the Daisy French onion dip. It's amazing. And the best part, these are delicious as homemade dips because they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you find in your own kitchen. Look for Daisy Dips at a grocery store near you.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
The 24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 42424. That's METER to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
BetMGM is inviting you to charge the field this pro football season. Existing BetMGM customers can have a ball without having to sweat. Log into your account to get a Pro Football No Sweat token. Apply the token to your next pro football bet. If you lose with the token attached, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. That's right, with a No Sweat token, you get your stake back in bonus bets if you don't win. There's nothing like a fresh set of downs. And that's just what BetMGM is offering if you don't win with a no-sweat token. Find your favorite matchup and be part of the action. Make this pro football season one for the ages. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Wrapping it up on a Thursday morning here on 96.5 The Fan. Damn glad to have you. Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey, Dusty Likens. Thanks to Alex Gold who just joined us. Couldn't put his chair back in.
Do the Blazers have a back-to-back tonight? Are they going to be looking for somebody to fill in for Chauncey while he's, the Gray Bar Hotel?
There's only 2 games tonight. It is Golden State versus the Nuggets at 9, and then the other one is the Pacers versus the Thunder.
Yep. Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, man. Got to be awkward going to that NBA arena tonight, am I right? If you missed it, these were the announcements on what has happened today via the press conference earlier by Mr. Cash.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
I'll take the gabagool.
Hello, America.
With no parole.
The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player.
I've never watched a game in my life.
Were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. Right. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts.
The guy reading that report sounds like the guy from that YouTube clip from back in the day when YouTube first started with Wayne Summers and Boom Goes the Dynamite.
Boom Goes the Dynamite.
Again,
he did sound like a lot like John Heyman to me, though.
This is Brett Siegel of the NBA. 4 teams were mentioned in the illegal sports gambling investigation as being bet on: the Charlotte Hornets, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Toronto Raptors, and the Portland Trailblazers.
Or, as I think they said in the press conference, the Toronto Rangers.
Yeah, Toronto Rangers.
They did say that, yeah.
They did, because I almost came up live. I was like, guys, the MLB's involved. And I listened back. Oh, you meant to say, okay, gotcha, Raptors. But yeah, we know those 3 teams, how those 3 of those teams are linked, right? Terry Rozier, Hornets, Jonte Porter, the Raptors, and then Chauncey Billups, the Blazers. Mm-hmm. Don't have that link to the Lakers yet.
The Lakers.
At least, unless it's one of those no-name defendants at the beginning, and we could look up all those names and find out where they're at. But it is interesting.
LeBron James. I'm just kidding.
Scott Pollard just tweets out, this just in. Young athletes with money like to gamble. Vegas is shocked to hear this.
Nice job, Scott.
It's true, though. I mean, it's true. God, you're 21 or 22 and you're millionaires. What are you doing with all your money? You want more? Oh, here's an easy way to do it. Knock one off your foot, Terry, and we'll all bet the under. Okay.
217.
How are they ever going to find this out?
My wife loves a good glass of Rosier.
Hell yeah.
That's good. Terry Rozier.
What a day.
BBL stinky. But yeah, the Terry Rozier, I mean, just the video compilation that somebody put together and has out there is just, I mean, he threw a pass to literally nobody.
Wow.
I'm going to retweet it right now. Our friend Janae just tagged all 3 of us in it, but I'm going to repost it for everybody to see out there. I mean, this is blatant garbage by this guy. I mean, it is blatant garbage by this guy. I mean, airballing shots off his foot, giving it to the other team. It's just, it's so obvious when you watch this video highlight that's 54 seconds long.
At times like this, it's obvious.
Imagine being another player on that team and like maybe your career ended shortly and this guy's going out there and doing that. If I was another player on that team, I'd go beat the S out of him.
And these clips used to go around. People were like, "Oh, Terry's an idiot. He doesn't know how to play basketball. He sucks." No, this is calculated.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden those videos came out of Emmanuel Classe where you're like, man, he just always has a hard time getting ready. And it's like, oh
no, he doesn't have a hard time throwing strike on first pitch. Yeah,
makes sense now. Holy smokes. More will develop, I'm sure. Throughout the day, we got to get out of here and go see more of this news conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right to twist his arm there.
I mean, who's not going to be engulfed in this all day?
Seriously.
All day until the football game starts.
I'm locked in.
I mean, all day, because I want more names now.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to Jersey Mike's. I'm getting some Miss Vic's jalapeno chips, a club sub, no onion, Mike's way, add relish, add pickle and onion. Wait, no onion.
You go to Jersey Mike's because the mafia's
be careful.
involved. Yeah.
Be careful. They may not be running today. They might be open.
Like over under 8 minutes for you to make this sandwich. I got De Niro and Shapiro and Calzone out the back door waiting for you. Hey,
this was every day in New Jersey though. People just did it at the deli.
A reminder, go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy, enjoy the weather. Coming up next, it's Cody. It's Binkley, Golden Drew from 10 until 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a Friday.
That guy's an idiot, man.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Tired of paying big city prices? Head to New Century Ram, Jeep, Dodge, and Payola, where honest, good people are ready to help you save. No fancy city overhead, just real savings. Looking for a new Ram, Jeep, or Dodge, or maybe a quality used vehicle? Their selection is online and ready to browse. And the best part?